Rifters, how y'all doing tonight? Our boy finally did it. Ash Ketchum is a Pokemon champion. After 20 years, or 22, it's 20 to 22 years.
Long time.
180 episodes, 1,080 episodes, 180s tonight.
Okay. Yeah.
1,080 episodes, and so many defeats. 6 other defeats.
Yeah, he was getting his ass kicked up and down.
He was
for a
getting
while.
his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Granted, hold on, I got it here.
Yeah.
I got a little.
Is it a list?
Not a list. It's not a list. It just tells you the losses that he has.
Oh, okay.
So
he had some bad ones. I remember.
So he was top 16 in Kanto.
Yeah.
Not get out of here, Ash.
Yeah.
He won the Orange Island League, but
okay,
doesn't count. Not real.
Sure.
Not a real league.
That sounds fake. So
they made it up. It was filler.
It does. Yeah. It sounds very fake. Yeah.
He was top 8 in Johto.
All right.
He was top 8 in Hoenn.
That's pretty good. All right.
He was top 4 in Sinnoh.
Wow.
Okay.
Right.
Then he was top 8 again in Unova. Runner up in Kalos.
Okay.
So he got to the championship and got his ass beat.
Right.
And now he's finally a champion.
Yeah.
It took really crappy animation.
So it sounds like he's very similar to like the Patriots of the 80s and 90s. And then he finally got that 2001. He's like,
and then now he's just going to go on a streak.
Now he's just going to go have a dynasty run.
He's just going to go ham.
Maybe.
I
think it kind of sucks. Like, I don't know.
What do you mean?
He was one of the great losers of our time. Sometimes losers need to stay losers.
People's tweets were saying like, oh, now I know that Ash can do it. I can do anything. Or
sometimes you need to be taught like, no, you can't do anything. Even Ash can't win the.
And I know that he won like
League.
the Battle Frontier too, but again.
Yeah, what the hell's a Battle Frontier? That sounds fake too.
Don't count.
Yeah, they made that just for him.
Don't count. I mean, that was at least in a game, but that wasn't like. Don't count.
Yeah, it doesn't count. Sounds
it's not
fake.
a real championship. Don't count.
Sounds fake. Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
No.
So some people are like, he has 3 championships. It's like, no, he's got 1.
No. Yeah.
He just has 1.
Where are you getting 3 from? Get out of here.
So we are live here on Go Network Studios and on YouTube. And it's episode 180 of Static Rift. So if there's anybody new watching, I'm your host, John. I'm glad to have you. Across from me is my co-host, Jason, with the beautiful hair.
What's up?
And the wonderful Dimitri in the booth. He's a cyborg from the future.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We're doing a show today. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we're doing a show.
We are, yeah.
So we have a wonderful show in store for you guys tonight. We have a very special guest, a very wonderful PkmnMasterHolly will be joining us at 7:30 to talk all things Pokemon. We're going to touch on Pokemon Go. We're going to touch upon Sword and Shield. We're going to touch upon a little bit of PvP, maybe our expectations of what Season 2 is going to bring, maybe what the next Cup's going to bring. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to talk about no national Pokédex. We're going to talk about legitimately everything Pokemon and Pokemon Go related. So it should be a lot of fun. If you don't know who PkmnMasterHolly is, shame on you. She is an amazing YouTube content creator. She creates some of the greatest videos around on rating, PvP, general news, everything Pokemon. She also does dabbles in some Harry Potter, Wizards Unite. So we may talk about a little Harry Potter too. I'm kind of down on the game right now.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Harry Potter's not doing it for me. Or it's more that it's just too hard to switch between the 2 games.
See, I'm afraid to dive into that one because I'm going to get hooked on that.
It's fun. It's good. It's fun, but it's a little hard to switch between the 2 games for me. Because generally the apps will restart.
Right.
So like you'll go to like Pokemon and then you're like, I got to restart everything. So if you're like driving and playing, it's really tough.
Now, who would ever do that, John?
I don't
tell you not to.
I don't know.
Geez,
I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know, Jason. I just
No.
You know?
No, you're right. No one drives and plays
I'm
those
always
games at all.
walking.
Yeah, no, I walk everywhere. Yeah.
So she'll be on at 7:30. Like I said, we'll have a ton of questions for her. We'll also have some time for any of the listeners if they want to ask questions or anything to her. So we'll have a little Q&A towards the end of the episode. So, yeah. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, as we start every episode of Static Rift, we talk about what we consumed. That could be something you did, something you watched, something you ate, something you read, something you played. Just generally something you did this past week. So, boys, what did you do?
Well,
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first because it's that time of year.
Yes, it is.
Where it's that time of year where I've now poured a good 20-plus hours into the newest Madden game.
Oh, man.
So I already have my list of complaints and how much it sucks.
Ooh, we got a list.
Yeah, no, not very short list.
Okay.
Very short list.
At least it's not me.
Yeah, no, it baffles me that they still can't just make it properly. I mean, every year we're going through this. I think last year I had a similar segment where I complained about Madden 19.
Yep.
And how I said when there's a glitch where you tackle someone and they fall forward, which obviously is not how football works because you want to tackle someone and have them go backwards. They at least fixed that. Nice job. Great. Now the problem is if you don't mess with the fumbles slider and turn it basically all the way up, you're going to have 14-plus turnovers a game between the two teams. Players are fumbling like crazy. Because what they've decided to do is they put in this new feature called a Superstar X Factor. So if you've got a really good player on your defense or offense, he's your X Factor, right?
Okay.
And it's basically like a mega boost system. So that player, if they're performing really well, gets their X Factor, as it's called, and it activates. And basically it turns them into a freaking monster.
Every player has an X factor?
Not every player, just the really good ones.
Okay.
But you can have multiple on your team.
Got it.
So, for example, if your superstar X Factor is a linebacker who's, and he gets his X Factor, every hit that he does is going to have, like, maximum damage, and it's going to pop the ball loose. So, that's broken. Now, you can turn that feature off, but even still, like, the fumbles is the biggest problem in the game so far that I've seen. Like, you need to turn that slider up to 100, or you're going to have just turnovers every other play. It's unbelievable that they haven't fixed it. I don't know when they're going to fix it. I don't know if they're going to fix it or if they're just going to say, whatever, just fix your sliders, not our problem. Yeah, other than that, it's not bad. It's classic Madden. Graphics are good. It's got a good presentation feel, all that stuff. But, yeah, once again, just more glitches and more problems that just should not be there.
I don't like it.
No, yeah. So I would say if you haven't bought it yet, don't. Don't until they fix it, and they may not. So you might just skip it. Who knows?
So I had a friend that talked to me that I saw over the weekend, and he was telling me that he was enjoying the new Madden.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I think if you do adjust all the sliders and you finally get it to a point where it's stable, it's good.
Okay.
But you have to go through so many.
Got to put in a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of tedious, like adjusting the sliders just right, and playing in multiple games just to kind of see if it's working. So there's a lot of adjustments to do, a lot of tedious work. But once you get it stable, yes, it's pretty good.
Nice.
So,
all right.
if you're willing to do that, then and you're willing to pay $60 to do that, then go ahead. I stupidly did. So, yay. Thanks, EA.
Do you think they'll put out like a patch or something for it?
They do, yeah. They'll probably put out a patch, like they usually do one every week, because they have to.
But do you think they'll fix that issue with the sliders and everything?
I don't know, because it's been a month, and they still haven't.
Now, can you like preset them and leave them at that, or do you have to change them every time?
No, you can set them and then save them, and they stay there for good.
Not terrible.
So once you figure it out,
sure.
it's not too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tedious. So, and I should not be doing tedious work for $60.
I agree. Yeah,
So.
not a fan. I'm not a big fan of EA anyways.
No, I'm not either.
So.
Yeah, they're not helping themselves. So thanks again, EA. Great job.
Thank you, EA.
Thanks. Yeah.
Dimitri, how about you? What did you do? All right, what did you watch? Because that's always your...
Yeah, I don't really do anything else but watch stuff. I consumed food. That's no. Actually, this week I watched a bunch of stand-up,
Oh,
which is something I haven't done in a while.
okay.
Bill Burr, the comedian, that's actually from the Boston area.
Yep.
He came out with a new Netflix special because Netflix promoting a bunch of new stand-up.
Right.
And it wasn't good.
Oh, really?
Nope. Not at all.
Okay. Because I heard the opposite. I heard it was like one of his better ones. So,
Really?
yeah.
I don't know. He has
okay.
like 3 specials out or something like that, and this one I think was the worst out of the 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I think my my opinion on it is a little affected because I was watching it with somebody and they didn't like it either. So it kind of like
So it's like misery loves company kind of thing.
Exactly.
It's just, yeah.
So it's like, oh well, yeah, I can understand why you don't like it. But yeah, so that's what else? Brian Regan. I just kind of went through the whole Netflix catalog of stand up and just kind of went
I've
through.
never found Brian Regan funny.
It's hit or miss.
Yeah,
It's really hit or miss.
He reminds me too much of who's that annoying guy who does like all the NFL stuff? Rob Riggle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He reminds me too much of Rob Riggle. Like, just look how goofy and funny I am. It's like, nah,
Kind of like Dane Cook.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
Here's a funny expression and a body motion.
Right, yeah, I'm gonna do something wacky now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
But funny enough, Brian Regan is actually also from the Boston area.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess respect.
So
to
you're
that.
just hating all Boston area comedians?
Not a
I
good
like
look for
Conan, I like
Boston so
Conan
far.
O'Brien.
All right, yeah, he's okay. There you go.
Dimitri's like, if you're from Boston, you're dead to me.
Boston comedy scene's dead.
But yeah, that's what I did. I watched a bunch of stand-up. Some of it was pretty good. Some of it was not so good. And I also found out that my favorite comedian, Jeff Dunham, is actually coming out with another special next week. So
Is he really?
Yeah.
Okay. That guy's been through a lot.
Now, he
so.
is not from Boston.
no, he is not.
No.
He is from like Australia or something, right?
No, you're thinking of Jim Jeffries.
Oh,
yeah.
am I?
Jeff
Okay.
Dunham, I think, is from
which he also
California.
came out with another special, Jim Jeffries.
Is
Yeah.
his trash?
I think it was okay. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
He's very obscene, so everything he does is just very obscene.
He's not the puppet guy, is he?
No, that's
No.
Jeff.
That's
Jeff Dunham.
Jim Jeffries is the Australian guy.
Okay, I don't know them.
who
So you
used
mix
to-
them up. You literally
Yeah,
mix them up.
yeah. I'm just
So
mixing
Jim
both.
Jeffries is Australian who used to drink a lot,
Okay.
and like it was one of I hate to say it, but he was funnier when he was like drunk doing his set.
Yeah.
Now
so
he's
now
like
he's like ruined.
he's like I quit drinking, and now it's like
So he's
yeah,
like the no
okay.
fun guy that used to drink.
Unfortunately, yeah, it
it's not
happens a
fun.
lot, but it's yeah.
Not a fan
Good
of
for
that.
him for quitting drinking, but
Yeah, good
he's
for you,
just not-
dude.
He's just not as good.
But yeah, Jeff Dunham is the puppet guy.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I
So
I don't really watch.
He's the one coming out with
The
new
only
special.
comedian that I really watch or will watch is Dave Chappelle.
oh well, yeah.
Well, he
he's-
came out with a new special too.
He did.
I heard. I haven't seen it though. Like,
I also heard that Eddie Murphy might be coming back to stand-up after like 30 years.
Yeah,
he's going back to Saturday Night Live soon, like
Yeah,
for a
well,
hosting thing.
I guess. Yeah.
So we'll see if that's a bomb or not.
Ugh.
Dave Chappelle could legitimately walk up to me and be like, "Hey, John," I'd just be like, I'd probably start laughing. Just like his voice, everything about him is just so funny. Like he's the man.
But yeah, you should check out his new stand-up. It's very ethereal. It's like it makes you think.
Okay.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I've
I'll-
heard awesome things about it. So yeah.
yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. As for me, it's the season, like Jason said, but a different season. It is the Halloween
Yes.
haunted house season. I am a big haunted house fan. You could call me a haunted house connoisseur, so to speak. I love going to haunted houses. I try to hit as many as I can in the New England area around now from the end of October. Sometimes even have a couple beginning of November. And then there's a couple places that do like Christmas themed, like Krampus ones, so I try to go to them too.
Oh yeah.
So
That's cool.
I hit on a lot of haunted houses.
Yeah.
So the first one on the list was Spooky World. So
Sounds spooky.
yeah.
Was it spooky?
So it was on Friday the 13th. They did like a. This is like the earliest I've ever seen them open. It's the earliest I've ever seen any of them open. Usually they open like the last maybe 2 weekends of September, and then they kind of go forward and open more days. Maybe open Thursdays and
Right.
Mondays and stuff when it gets closer in October to like Halloween and all that. So this was the first time it's opened so early.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, cool. This is on Friday the 13th. We had that crazy full moon.
Yeah.
It wasn't as crazy as I expected. I wanted to, they kept showing me pictures that it was going to be like an orange hue. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
I
No.
didn't get
It
an
was
orange
just kind of
moon.
your standard full
Yeah.
moon, which is cool, but yeah,
No orange moon.
no orange, no.
So, and this year they added a completely new house. So I was like, all right, this is pretty cool. Friday the 13th, full moon, crazy stuff's going to happen. Like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready. And then on Facebook, some of my friends were like commenting, like, because we decided to do it on Facebook because like they posted a thing and then like one of our friends tagged you know how Facebook works.
Yeah, of
I
course.
don't have to explain it.
Yeah.
And then one of their actors like started commenting on the like our comment thread.
Oh yeah.
like just like being like a random like creepy clown dude.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
So his name was
That's always fun.
Slinky the Clown.
Yeah,
very
awesome.
very creepy dude. Very
Yes,
creepy
I
dude.
imagine. Yeah.
And so we ended up going to the new house first.
Okay.
Well, first off, it's opening night, so either opening night's always hit or miss for haunted houses.
Yeah.
This was opening night, but they also took $13 off your ticket, so a lot of people wanted to go.
Yeah.
And I guess for the first however many people, they gave you a T-shirt too.
Oh. All right.
I didn't get the T-shirt. I missed the T-shirt
yeah.
mark. But so a lot of people were there. It was a very, very packed night.
Yeah.
So the first house we went to was the 3D Dreamscape. That's the new haunted house. Trash.
Oh no.
So 1 out of 5 down. Ooh. It was like a 3D. It looked like you were in like a reptile pet store. You know how you get those like fluorescent weird lights for like the reptiles?
Okay, yeah.
It looked like that. Honestly, what I called it was it looked like the Ultimate Warrior came back to life.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
And bought a Apple store before Black Friday.
Okay.
And had all the Apple employees paint their faces. So it was just everybody had crazy face paint.
Yeah.
Kind of Ultimate Warrior-esque with Apple t-shirt, basically black, just, you know how Apple has like the black t-shirts with the little logo?
Yeah, yeah.
It was just like black t-shirts with the face paint. So it was just like...
That's kind of boring.
It was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, a little bit.
Very
Not
disappointing.
Scary. Yeah.
I don't know if it was just because it was the opening night and they weren't ready yet, or I don't know. They should have been ready, but
okay.
Not good. First house, bad. Then we went to the next attraction called Carnage, which is kind of like a crazy, like, post-apocalyptic junkyard-looking thing.
Okay.
And it was pretty sweet. It was pretty good. They got me a couple times. Like, it didn't seem like they had a lot of actors in there, but it might have been their plan. So you were constantly, and you were walking, like, outside on a, like, crappy ground, like, field, like, dirt. So, like, there were points in times where, like, you know, if you're in a field or dirt, like, the ground's misshapen. So sometimes you got to watch so you're not spraining an ankle or falling.
Right.
So as you're watching your feet placement, someone pops out at you.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you're walking around the corner of a bunch of tires piled up, because, like I said, it's like a junkyard motif. You know, you might bump into something moves, and then the dude pops out the other side, or maybe no one pops out at all.
Right.
So they were constantly just, like, messing with you, and you're just like,
yeah.
oh, like, I don't know
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, so it was pretty, that one was pretty good. And then what got me the worst was we were in kind of a big group, so we split up into, our group was like 9 or 10 people, so we split up half and half. So half our group went, and we figured the rest of our group would come behind us, so we were expecting them to end up coming, because we kind of slow down to make sure that, like, you know, no one in front of us is going too slow, so we don't bump into any group or anything like that.
Sure.
And a couple, I guess, skipped in before them.
Oh, okay.
So we weren't expecting them, and I guess, like, they, like, sneaked by us. So there was a point where you could go either way, left or right.
Yeah.
So we went one way, and I guess the couple went the other way, but they got there before me, or we got them just right before them. So I came out of the, like, you know, little curtain area, whatever it was, and they popped out the other side, and they scared the hell out of me. Like, they got me probably the worst.
Yeah.
Like, they scared me so bad.
Oh, wow.
And then, like, they were just, like, behind us talking about, like, how badly they got. I'm just like, oh, man.
Like, screw you.
Yeah, screw you. Screw you. So then the third attraction was the Colony. Well, the second good one, I'll say.
Okay.
Was called the Colony, and you were basically going through, like, the woods.
Yeah.
And it looked like a satanic church type thing, I guess, but they didn't really, like, hit on being like, oh, we're satanic. You know?
Yeah, right.
But that was pretty good. Again, it was like you were in, like, creepy woods. You were walking through, like, creepy, like, barns and stuff, and people were jumping out. It was pretty good. Then, so we were told that there's, like, this big manor, this creepy manor, like, at the end of, you know, their... Well, not the end, but it's at, like, you know, the far end of their, like, field. Like, they own, like, a big, like, it's basically like a theme park almost.
Yeah,
Think
sure.
about that.
Right.
So everyone's like, oh, the manor's the best. You got to go there last. That's got to be your last one. Like, people are, like, walking out was telling us and stuff.
Okay.
And I guess, like, some of my buddies had buddies that went and they were leaving and they caught them. They were like, oh, yeah, the manor's the best. Like, you got to go to the manor. So we had the manor left and we had the hayride left. So we were like, oh, let's do the hayride last, because the hayride's usually, like, the best and, like, around. Like, it's the best one around.
Yeah.
Nothing beats this hayride. So we went to the manor, and I feel like the hype for the manor was a little bit too much. It didn't suck, but it wasn't like better than the other two.
It was overrated a little bit.
It was a little over, but maybe because I was expecting it to be like, oh, this is going to knock my socks off. Like, this is going to be the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. And it was good.
Yeah.
It just wasn't great. It was good. And then finally we went on the hay rats. We were all pumped. We're like, oh, let's do this. It was like a packed, a bunch of people were on it. And they must have sent the actors home early.
Oh.
It was like really late, and they were closed, so they were like kind of like trying to push people through to get things done.
Yeah.
And not many people were jumping out. And the hayride's cool because they can touch you and stuff. They're not supposed to touch you anywhere else, but on the hayride they can jump on and touch you and stuff. And generally there's like this one part where you go through like this like creepy like voodoo village type thing, and a voodoo doctor like jumps from the top on like a bungee cord and like lands in the middle of the hayride and like scares
wonderful.
her.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
Yeah.
He didn't. He must have went home.
He must have gone home.
Or, or they were on break, or I don't know what it was.
Maybe.
So the hayride was,
yeah.
I don't know. Again, it could have just been because it was opening night, and maybe they didn't have all the kinks out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to blame it on, I guess, partly being opening night and partly us deciding to go last, to use that last. We should have maybe went early, but we generally use the hayride last anyways. And it was just disappointing. So 2 out of 5 were disappointing.
Okay.
One really was stinky.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, that dreamscape, it looked legit like I was in an Apple store.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you know.
That's not great.
No, they could have scared me. Oh, but back to the dreamscape real quick, because I know we got to, go on break to get Holly on. But the clown was in there.
Oh, was he?
So when we were like heading out, he was like in the last room.
Did he find you guys?
And then I was like, Slinky! Yeah. And then he started talking to us and stuff, and he was being like wicked creepy. He does like the Bray Wyatt, like, crawling thing.
Oh, wonderful.
But he does it even like creepier because he like bends his body in like weird ways.
Yeah.
And then he popped up, and I was like, "Do you want a hug, dude?" Like, because in the thing I was joking, like he just wants a hug. He needs friends.
Oh, right.
And then he was like, "Touch me." And I was like, all right, dude. And so I just like ran my hand across him. So that was cool, but the house was bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you guys didn't get murdered by Slinky the Clown.
We did not get murdered.
That's good.
Yeah. We thought we were going to get murdered, maybe.
Yeah.
But he was a cool dude. I think he just wanted a friend.
Sure.
And then he was asking us if we wanted to stay with him. And we were like, we're out, dude.
It's like, no.
We got 4 more attractions to go to, brother. Like, we're out. See you later.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a short break. We're going to get Holly on the line, and we'll be back to talk all things Pokemon Go. So stay tuned.
Has your computer seen better days? Is it always freezing and lagging? Are you constantly plagued with pop-ups and viruses? Are you not able to get any work done? You don't need a new computer, you need Phoenix Technology Support. With just one call to Phoenix Technology Support, you will never have to stress over the hassles of taking your computer to a repair shop again. Just leave your computer right where it is and let us come directly to you. Phoenix Technology Support has over 10 years of experience in the industry of customer support and IT solutions, and it's the best place for help with all of your home or business electronics. From gaming systems to tablet setups, smartphones to smart TVs, even business servers and emails. We will help set up or troubleshoot almost any technology in your home or office. So next time you think your technology is at the end of its life, have it rise from the ashes like a phoenix by calling Phoenix Technology Support at 617-658-3240. That's 617-658-3240, or go to www.phoenixtechboston.com.
Have you always wanted to make your own podcast? Or had dreams of becoming the next social media influencer? Don't let office space and equipment be what gets between you and your dreams. New studio space is now available through the Go Network. The Go Network is a multimedia broadcast company that currently hosts live radio shows and podcasts. With microphones to fit all guests, the ability to video record interviews, a stage for band performances, and an editing suite to put your audio and video content to the next level. The Go Network will provide assistance with producing, editing, sponsorship outreach, marketing, and more. You can create the podcast or web series you want with the lower price tag. Visit our studio location in Norwood or our audio suite in Canton. For more information, call us at 857-445-0424 or email us at info@gonet.com. That's info@GEAUXNET.com. In a world filled with many distractions, would it be incredible to find a way to get lost in your own choosing? Do you love to hear crisp audio from your favorite podcasts? Have you ever felt like the soundtrack to a movie or a video game would sound greater if there was a better way to deliver sound? Bear Dynamic closed-back studio headphones are a perfect tool for any sound enthusiast. Plug in your Bear Dynamic headphones and go on an audio escape. The Bear Dynamic DT770 Pro headphones are a favorite amongst music producers, sound engineers, and broadcasters all over the world. If you're not prepared to compromise on studio sound, visit www.beardynamic.com. That's www.beardynamic.com and get your own pair now. Whether for home or on the go, it is the right product for every need. Aren't you tired of your plain white walls? Do you ever wonder why you feel uninspired at the office or feel like your home lacks character? It's always the same boring walls over and over again. Well, it's time for a change. Visit walldecore3d.com and order wall panels that will turn your walls into beautiful and extravagant looking accent walls. The 3D wall panels give an extra dimension and complement just about any room. Their current selection includes plant fiber wall paneling, MDF wood wall panels, mosaic real wood paneling, and thin slate stone veneer. Remember, that's walldecore3d.com. Order now and add some depth to your life.
When I'm feeling sluggish, I'm not looking for the jittery feeling of coffee. I'm reaching for Neurosonic, the only energy drink I trust to keep me going. Neurosonic is just one of the great drinks in the neurofunctioning beverages line. When I'm stressing an interview, Neuro Bliss keeps me cool, calm, and collected. And when it's time to call it a night, I don't want sleeping pills and all the crazy after effects you hear about. I want Neuro Sleep to help me drift off to dreamland. Neuro drinks are surprisingly low calorie and full of the healthiest and most efficacious vitamins and minerals. Artificial flavors and colors don't work for them, and neither should they for you, so they don't allow them in their drinks. To find a store near you that carries Neuro, go to drinkneuro.com or visit amazon.com to order a 12-pack. Neuro, drink with a purpose.
If you're just hearing about Monk Therapeutic Air for the first time, it's a recyclable diffuser that promotes mood change and life-enhancing effects through our custom blends of essential oils and the ancient practice of aromatherapy. Monk is the simplest aromatherapy device in history. You don't have to know anything about essential oils. We do all that for you. Simply pick the way you want to feel, open your Monk, and breathe in as your Monk diffuses an eclectic blend of essential oils and wild plant extracts. Monk is available in 7 different blends, all of which are organic, natural, and free of nicotine, tobacco, or artificial chemicals. Visit monq.com to learn more.
Hey Dan, you're a gamer. What is the comfort level of where you are playing?
Comfort does not exist in the gaming world. After several hours, you push through the pain.
You need Edge.
Edge?
Extended duration gaming equipment. Do you like your headset?
Let me guess. I have to drop hundreds of dollars for the newest, most comfortable headset.
No, sir. Keep your headset and let Edge make it better. Add a soft top made from 100% plush sheepskin wool to eliminate top of the head pressure.
So I can keep my lucky headset?
Keep them and your backups, but let Edge give them an upgrade. What about the seating arrangements?
At a tournament, you get a metal folding chair, which is great if I want to knock out a professional wrestler. Terrible if I have to sit in it for hours at a time.
Just like Edge upgraded your headset, now they're going to upgrade your chair with soft seat. No more fidgeting around trying to get comfortable. No more pain in your back, shoulders, and butt. Turn any chair into a comfortable gaming station. Go to edgeprogaming.com, type in the code GONETWORK, and receive discounts on your entire purchase. Take your gaming to the edge.
Are you in need of stickers, be it for personal or business use? Then you need to go to stickeru.com right now. That's stickeryou.com. Sticker U is passionate about providing you and your business with the highest quality custom stickers, labels, decals, and iron-ons. They can even make you temporary tattoos. If you want to stick out from the competition, then you need Sticker U, as Sticker U provides the best platform in the world to create custom products that make you
stick.
Sword of Omens, come to my hand. I, Lion-O, command it. You're listening to Static Rift. Thundercats! Oh!
Network, and we have a very special guest with us here. We have the wonderful Pokemon Master Holly. If you don't know who Holly is, shame on you guys. She is a fantastic YouTube content creator. She has the best energy when it comes to YouTube videos. She has the best bubbly personality, I think, in the YouTube game right now. And she's on the show to talk all things Pokemon and Pokemon Go with us. So let's get a round of applause for Holly. Holly, how you doing tonight?
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very excited to talk about all things Pokemon Go. So let's get into it.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you on because you're like one of those like all around YouTubers where you talk about everything from rating to PvP to news, everything you want to know about Pokemon or Pokemon Go. Holly's your gal, so definitely check all her videos out. Give them some likes and some love. So yeah, let's get to it. So,
thank you.
Like any guest we have on the show here at Static Rift, we love to find out what got them started in their field of whatever they do. So on the show, we generally cover comic books, movies, video games. We talk wrestling sometimes, and obviously Pokemon, because I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I love me some Pokemon and Pokemon Go. So, Holly, how did you get started in, well, I should put it this way. What got you into Pokemon? How did your love for Pokemon get started?
Okay, so my love for Pokemon goes way back when Pokemon was first introduced, when it came to America, and I guess like 1997 or 8.
Yep.
So, and I was born in 1990, so it came out when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I started playing it on the Game Boy. I had, red, blue, and yellow version. I've played all the Pokemon games, so I kept up with it since they came out. And it's just been a huge passion of mine. Like, it carried me through school. Like, I was just playing it on the bus. And, I did the trading cards, too. And I went to the Toys R Us Pokemon League, so I played the trading card game when I was a little kid.
I did, too.
Good. Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. And back then, like, as a little kid, like, battling other kids, it was the best thing ever. And, like, trading. And I had the little action figures, too, that I would, like, carry with me to the league. So I would, like, trade with people there. And I don't know, it was just a beautiful thing throughout my entire childhood that helped me, meet new people and make new friends. And so when Pokemon Go came out, it only seemed like the natural progression that I would start playing this game and like, making more connections and more friends and bringing my love of Pokemon. And I didn't start actually doing YouTube until a year after Pokemon Go came out. And, raids were getting ready to drop. And I found out that raids were getting ready to drop, and I was like, okay, so we've seen how people acted on day one. Maybe something like that could happen again once raids came out. So that's when I made my channel, and I started talking about counters and all that stuff. And then that's when my channel started getting attention because I flew over to meet Reversal for the first time ever in the Netherlands, and I traveled around with him. And basically, my channel went from like 1,000 subscribers to like 10,000 in like no time because he like put me into the spotlight. Basically, like people were like, oh, look at this girl, and then and now we're here. So
that's
yeah,
awesome.
Ever since I was like 7 years old.
So did you what was kind of like the deciding thing to jump into YouTube? Like what made you want to be like, I want to put everything into this?
So like I said, I've been playing Pokemon Go since day one with my group of friends in Philadelphia, where I was originally living. Now I live in Las Vegas, but when Pokemon Go first came out, I was living in Philly. And like I said, it took me a year to like get into the community and meet everybody and get comfortable with talking to people. I actually am like pretty shy. So it took me a long time to like get out of my shell. And then one of my friends was like, oh, you know all the Pokemon. Like I was like an encyclopedia of information at raids. So people were like, wait, can you write that down for me? Like I need the info. Because this was like before graphics and all that stuff started coming out for raids. So because people didn't know anything. So my friends were like, we really need you to tell us what are the best Pokemon. And then one of my friends was like, hey, have you heard of that guy Trader Tips? And I was like, no. And then I watched Trader Tips and I was like, oh, okay, I can. I mean, not that I didn't think like, oh, I could do that. I just thought like, oh, that's cool. Like that's basically what I'm doing, but I need to put it through my own lens, and because I like photography and videography and all that stuff anyway. So that's when I got onto YouTube, and my friends were like, you shouldn't like do it halfway. You got to do it all the way. So that's when I just put everything into it, and that's when I flew to go see Reversal. So that was it.
Nice. So I first came across like your videos and stuff from Trainer Tips as well. Like I started following like YouTube and stuff for Pokemon and Pokemon Go. Like Trainer Tips was like my first person like getting into it because I was like I played from day one and everything, but I never really like looked stuff up because I don't know. I just like knew a lot of Pokemon. I just didn't really get into it. And then when trading was coming around, I was like, I need to like get into stuff, like look into stuff more. So I found one of his videos, and then like you were in one of his videos, so I was like, oh, I gotta start watching Holly. And then I got into a bunch of other people. I'm big into PvP, so we had Zionic on the show a couple months ago, so I love watching Zionic and King and like the PvP guys. So yeah, mainly you, Trainer Tips, and then like the PvP guys are like the people that I truly follow like every video.
They're so good, and I love seeing them do shoutcasts for PvP tournaments.
Yes. Their last one was really good.
Oh, yeah. King, Zionic, Trainer Tips, all of them are amazing. And especially shout out to all of them, well, especially Trainer Tips, who shoutcasted the Worlds in Nashville. Or no, Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
For the official Pokemon tournament. That was really cool. And King was there, and he won it, so shout out to King.
Yeah. I messaged him, and I was like, congrats, man. Like, good job.
Yeah.
So
it's incredible.
It was really incredible. So,
and that's a huge step for PvP as well. The official Pokemon company is like recognizing it and putting it on the main stage. Like, here you guys go. Check this out. Pokemon Go PvP.
Yeah, I think that if we truly want PvP to become like an esport and become like an all-around worldly thing, that we need both Sylph and Niantic to kind of be on the same page.
Well, and what you guys don't see is that behind the scenes, everyone's talking like last December, Niantic flew me and the other sponsored YouTubers out to talk with them in San Francisco. Like,
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, and the Drumps and Marco Seppi from the Sylph Road were there.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, they were at the same boardroom meeting with us, and they voiced the same concerns. They're like, "Look, guys, we need this global leaderboard." You like yada yada, like they firing off all these things that they need. So I think Niantic is listening, and it's a matter of like what the official Pokemon Company International can allow in with the Sylph Road. You know what I mean? So that's what they're trying to work out.
Yeah, because I was a little nervous when I first saw that they did their own thing, their own little tournament, and it kind of like shied away from Sylph. I felt a little bit. So I'm like, oh no, they're not going to be on the same page. Like, I want them to be so badly. Because, like, I run my own tournaments here for, like, my area. So, like, I want them to be on the same page. But we'll get into PvP in a little bit later. So let's kind of get into general Pokemon Go right now. Maybe let out some news for anybody that's hasn't really jumped onto, the latest Gen 5 train, which... What's wrong with you guys? Jump on the Gen 5 train.
Oh, come on.
Gen 5 hype.
Yeah. So we'll give you guys a little news, kind of like the latest Pokemon, because I feel like Pokemon threw a little, tricked us a little bit, because one of like the graphics they put out was for Yamask, and Yamask isn't one of the Pokemon that are. Where's Yamask? Like someone should be making memes about that. Like where is it?
Yeah.
So
someone will. Yeah. Someone more creative than me will, they'll get on it.
Honestly, I'm hoping for Halloween to do like a special research for
you.
Yamask.
That might be it.
Remember how they did Spiritomb?
Yep. That might be it.
That would be cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be super cool.
His evolution, Cofagrius, is such a cool Pokemon.
Yeah, and generally Ghost-type Pokemon are like glass cannons where they're like very high attack. But it's a type Pokemon that has a lot of defense and HP, so it would be probably really good for PvP and stuff.
Probably so. And, shout out to Zionic, because he just did a video about the Gen 5 Pokemon that are going to be best for PvP.
Yes.
I just watched that this morning. It's really good. Talking about Stunfisk and Mandibuzz, number 1 and 2, I think.
Yeah, and Scrafty. Scrafty's looking
Scrafty,
good.
yeah.
Scrafty's looking real good.
I love Scrafty. I think Scrafty's just cute too. So
He's gonna
Great
become
Pokemon.
the number 1 power-up punch user, I believe.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Better than Lucario. So
Yep.
pretty cool.
Really cool, yeah, awesome. But you want to keep away from those fairies. Get away, fairies.
Yeah.
So let's get into some of like the news. You know, for anybody that's not sure what's going on with Gen 5, some Pokemon that are out and stuff like that. So, do you have any graphics, Harley? Do you have like on hand what's out right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. My favorite graphic creator is Couple of Gaming.
Okay.
They always make amazing graphics, and they put them all on their Twitter page as well. Let me see. But I know
I usually follow Leak Duck.
Oh yeah, that's also really good. I love Leak Duck.
They're really
Absolutely.
good.
Let me see. So I know one of my favorites that just came out, which I haven't caught yet, is Blitzel, the little zebra Pokemon.
Okay, yep. I
That
feel
one's
like there's
cute.
not a lot of really good. I mean, one of my favorite all-time Pokemon is Luxray, so I feel like there's not always like a lot of good electric Pokemon. So that's a really cool, interesting Pokemon.
Yeah, Zebstrika is an awesome electric Pokemon. There's actually a lot of really cool electric Pokemon in Gen 5. Like there's a new like a eel type Pokemon. Like it evolves from Tynamo.
Yeah.
So he's cool. And Emolga, it's like the Pikachu of Gen 5 basically. A little flying and electric rodent. He's like a flying squirrel. Super cute. And Stunfisk itself is actually electric type.
It's ground and electric, right?
Yeah, that's why it's such a cool typing for PvP. Let me see what else.
You would think looking at it that it's not that cool, but it's pretty cool.
I wish it had like an evolution or something like that, but I guess there's only so much you can do with like a flounder Pokemon.
So my theory is eventually every Pokemon is going to have 3 forms.
I think so too, right? Like it'll have a baby and yeah, I know.
Because I feel like that's how it went. Like if it had one form, it got a baby at some point, or it got like a evolve form or something. So like Snorlax, I'm waiting for that Snorlax evolve form.
Oh man, imagine like a Mega Snorlax.
I was gonna say, how much bigger can it get? Yeah. Jeez,
He
thing's
just
gonna be
takes
massive.
up the whole screen.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
And then it's like, what would happen to like the new like the evolved Snorlax? Because like Munchlax is always hungry, Snorlax is always sleepy. So what would the other Snorlax be like? The next form, would he be like extra skinny and always hyper? Like what would he be?
He's always grumpy.
Oh, that would be
So
it.
really pissed off Mega
Grumplax.
Snorlax. Yeah.
We'd have Grumplax.
Grumplax. Yeah.
Well, did you hear about that new Pokemon in Sword and Shield? That's it has like 2 personalities. It's like hungry mode.
Yeah, I forget what
man.
it's called though.
I can't remember either. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. But yeah, there's a Pokemon in Sword and Shield for Gen 8. It's super cute. It's like the Pikachu for that generation, basically. I think it's is it dark type?
When it gets like in its other mode, it's dark type. Yeah.
But I think is it electric normal, like normally?
I think so.
Anyway, it's super cute. I'm sure that we're gonna see it all over the anime whenever they make that series.
Supposedly they put out today that we're gonna have a new Pokemon announcement tomorrow for Sword and Shield. So they're gonna.
That'd be exciting.
Yeah. So tomorrow, like, because they'd love to do it on Wednesdays, we should have
a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, I think so. Or Nintendo,
okay.
they came out and said there's gonna be more. Because like I think like last week they put out like a little tease of like a Pokemon that kind of looked like Missigno or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that, the pixelated thing.
Yeah, and then like somebody did work on it and flipped it around, and they think it's gonna be the evolved form of Farfetch'd, maybe, or
that.
like maybe the Galar form of Farfetch'd or something like that, because it kind of looks Farfetch-ish with like a shield and like a leak-looking like sword or like mace or something like that. So
I saw that picture that somebody did of Farfetch with like the sword and the leak
Yeah.
shield, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Because if they make a Galarian Farfetch, then that means they're probably going to make Galarian form. They would have to make Galarian forms of like other regional Pokemon, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. What do you? Because I'm not sure. We'll have to see what they say in the direct, I guess.
Because I mean, they put out at least a couple Galar forms. We got the Galar Weezing, and we
I
have
love Gallery. Yeah. That's so
the Lanoon and all like those guys, and
good.
Lanoons
Yeah,
of all
Obstagoon
form.
is the
Yeah.
new one. Super cool. Yeah, I like the Zigzagoon. And somebody was telling me that that Galarian Zigzagoon form is actually the like regular Zigzagoon, but the brown and cream one that we usually know is actually like the adaptive form. So apparently the Galarian one was like the first Zigzagoon.
Okay, that's
That's
pretty
really
cool.
It's the original. Yeah.
I like
yeah,
that.
it's the original one.
So yeah, Morpeko is electric and dark, and in hungry,
Morpeko, yeah.
yeah, and in hungry mode it turns to like that black and like purple looking color.
I'm just seeing it now for the first time. Yeah, that is going to become the darling of Sword and Shield. Yeah.
Isn't it cute?
Yeah, it's pretty cute, I gotta say.
Can't you just imagine like in the anime series, it's gonna be like the little like Team Rocket sidekick or something. It's gonna like steal some food from Ash or something like that.
Yeah.
I
hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely see it being the new Team Rocket guy, hands down. Joining Team Rocket and just being nice sometimes, and then when it's hungry, being like super mean.
Exactly.
Yep.
I think it'll be like the comedy relief in the anime.
All right, so let's
Definitely
get into a little bit of the news. So, a lot of the new Pokemon are really cool. I think we have in the wild, we have Snivy, Tepig, Oshawott, Patrat, Lillipup, Purloin, Pidove, and Blitzel. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Blitzel.
Okay. So I dropped off playing like the core games at Gen 5. So some of the Pokemon are super new to me and some of them are like I know from like watching the show and stuff. So I'm a little behind. But like this is the first time where I'm like behind on Pokemon. So I'm trying to get in there and get them all out. And then what are you going to say?
Was that kind of exciting though? Because now you get
Oh,
to
it's
experience new stuff.
Super exciting because so day one when I didn't like when the shadows are up, like it's so exciting to see shadows in general. But when you see a shadow and you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
And you have like no idea what it is. It's just like, oh, it feels so good.
I went through the same thing because I don't know anything about Gen 5, and I just saw like a bunch of shadows pop up. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Oh, man.
Like that little like mushroom dude, like Fungus.
Fungus, yeah.
Yeah.
Fungus.
One popped up nearby, and I was like, what is this thing? And then when I finally saw it, at first I thought it was like an Electro or like a Voltorb or something because it looks like a Pokeball kind of, and I wasn't even going to touch it. And then I was like, wait a minute, that's something new. And then I tapped it, and I was like, oh! So,
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about in Gen 5. If you played through Gen 1, remember how like you'd walk through like the power plant or something like that and you would find Electrodes and Voltorbs on the ground?
Yeah.
They look like a Pokeball.
Right.
Well, in Gen 5, I think when you would go through like some forest or something, like it looked like you were going to pick up an item, but it was actually a wild fungus.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
That is pretty awesome. And then in eggs, 2Ks, you got Patrat, Lillipup, Purloin, Pidove. In 5K eggs, you have Snivy, Tempig, Oshawott. And in 10K eggs, you have Ferroseed, Clink, Litwick, Golet, and
Golett.
Dino. Dino?
I say Dino. I heard
Okay.
Trainer Tips say Dino on his video today, but I say Dino. Because I think it's like Dino, like, you know, Fred Flintstone's dinosaur dog, Dino?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, I'd probably go Dino on that one. Yeah.
And I know it's like second form is like Zevelius or something like that.
I think it's Zwellius.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. You got it.
Yeah, I think Hydreigon is really cool with the three heads.
Really good typing. And then we have, I missed a couple on 5. We have Blitzel and Drillbur and Fungus in 5s as well. And then we have in raids, you can get Patrat, Lillipup, Clink. And then the regionals right now are the little monkey dudes, which is Pansage, Pansear, and Panpour. So Asia Pacific gets Pansage. Europe, Middle East, Africa, and India gets Pansear. And we in the Americas and Greenland get Panpour, and then the Western Hemisphere gets heat more.
Yes.
I
more.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, never seen him in my life.
He's
and
a fire anteater, basically.
like it. And Eastern Hemisphere gets Durant.
He's a steel type. I think he's steel and bug.
Yeah, he looks
Little
like
ant.
he looks like a little ant with like steel like tusks.
Yeah, the mandibles.
Yeah.
Pinchers. Yeah, and did you notice that the 3 regional monkeys, you have to have the Unova stone to evolve them too?
So one of my buddies popped his breakthrough yesterday, and he got one of the Unova stones.
Nice.
So that was pretty cool. So they're in the breakthroughs now, at least for now. I'm assuming that's going to be the only way you can get them, just like the Sinnoh stones.
Yeah, so far that's all we know. Yeah.
So what have you gotten so far? Like, what have you caught?
Basically the most common Pokemon like Patrat, Pidove, Lillipup, and I actually managed to get a Snivy in the park yesterday. Like I said, I was telling you earlier before the podcast, I think that people are reporting that Snivy, Oshawott, and Tepig are most commonly found in parks, public parks.
So I actually found one like this morning, like earlier. I was in like in my area, there's like a strip mall kind of that has like a really good spawn rate, and one was out there, but it's kind of near a park, I guess. So maybe. So I was thinking like, oh, I was totally not expecting to see it because you said like, you know, you were thinking that they were in parks, but it would make sense because any of them that I've seen like on the nearbys, they'd be in a park. So it makes complete sense. It definitely is probably have something to do with a park, which is kind of cool.
Honestly, it's genius marketing too, because when I was in the park the other day, what ended up happening was everybody was chasing down these things like Tepig, Snivy, Oshawott, and it ended up drawing a crowd that was able to raid Mewtwo together. So it was like this beautiful thing that happened organically because of the park.
And you need that crowd for these mammoth Mewtwo raids now.
Yes.
No kidding. Yeah. Yeah, you do.
So I know that a lot of people aren't happy with the whole Mewtwo raid because they're beefed up. They're basically almost like a 6-star raid, you could say, because like it's just so overpowered.
I suppose that's true, but like when you think about how we've seen regular Mewtwo in raids over and over and over and over again, and it was in EX raids too, and then we had armored Mewtwo. It only makes sense that we've had so much time to get Mewtwo that they had to make it more difficult just to keep it interesting. So you wouldn't just like tap through it like blindly, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And they probably don't want to make it too easy because before some people were like duoing it and some people were like trioing it. Now I know you at least need 4 people, like really good, strong people to even have a chance. And then,
Right.
you know, for
Once again, it's all just a marketing thing to get people to play in groups so that you're not out by yourself.
Oh, of course. And I guess they recently buffed Psystrike because when it first was initially put out, it didn't look like it was going to be that great. It looked like it'd be okay. But now they like super buffed it to being like the best psychic move. It like outdoes like Shadow Ball and stuff now. So
Awesome.
yeah, that could be another reason why they're pushing it to make it a little harder because they figure, hey, you know, you're getting like one of the best moves in the game, so we're going to make this a little tough for you guys. So
Yeah. Especially because you can use it against itself. You can use Mewtwo with Psystrike against Mewtwo. So once you've got one, you're good to go.
So what are some other Gen 5 Pokemon that you're super excited for to see come out, or what are some of your favorites from Gen 5?
I really like Litwick. I think it's super cute. It's an adorable little ghost Pokemon. I hope they do something cool in October for, you know, ghost types coming up with it. And Litwick was just like a fan favorite in general. Like if you've played Gen 5, you probably know Litwick. And it's just cute. I like that one. Let me think. Let me look at my list. I love Blitzel and Zebsarka. Oh, Drillbur is cool because I heard that he's actually going to be, or Excadrill, his evolution is going to be like better than Groudon or something.
Yeah, because I think it gets Earth Power.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like if Groudon ever got Earth Power, or if it ever got Precipice Blades, it'd be like nasty. It'd be like, not that it isn't now, but it'd be like unstoppable. But yeah, with Earth Power, Excadrill is just a force. So
yeah. So it's exciting that we're getting all these new Pokemon because, some people that are super into PvP, like, like they've memorized all the moveset, they've memorized the best Pokemon to fight with, all this, and then all of a sudden there's new stuff. So I'm excited to see like how that shakes things up because people have to learn now,
So quick shout out to Manny G. He says Excadrill is the best ground type attacker now. The cruise ship is in the chat. Shout out to the cruise ship. How you doing? He says take a back seat Groudon. So get out of here, Groudon.
Damn.
Get outta
Groudon
here.
just getting crapped on. Oh.
Yeah, until you get your move, you're out.
Jeez. That was fast.
So I'm like super hyped for Gen 5. Like I said, I don't know that many of them. I know like the big ones on the show and stuff, but I'm a huge fan of Emboar because I love Romance of the Three Kingdoms and I'm a big Dynasty Warriors fan, and he's based on Zhang Fei, one of like the big characters from that series.
Oh, I
So
didn't know that.
yeah. So I'm really excited. Like he's always been like one of my favorite Gen 5ers, even though like I never played him. So I can't wait to get an Emboar or a Tempig.
I think he looks super cool. Honestly, all three of them, their final stages look so cool. A lot of detail in all three of their designs. My favorite is Samurott though, because even though it doesn't look like it when he's just standing there, but that his like arm plates are actually swords, so like he can pull them out and have two swords.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, wow.
pretty
That's
cool.
pretty awesome. Yeah.
So so see he had a sword before Zacian did. So.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. He was the OG with the sword.
Yeah.
Are there any from Gen 5 that you are like? Do you have a least favorite from Gen 5?
I mean, probably Stunfisk.
Oh wow. Okay.
I mean, it's a flounder. Like it doesn't evolve. It doesn't have a baby. It's ground and electric. It's the coloring is kind of boring. The shiny is boring too. It's I don't know.
It's just kind of
but
bland.
Hey, it's good in
Yeah.
PvP. So.
Oh, there you go.
It's gonna be a monster in PvP, so I'm excited. I want one. Whenever it comes out, I'm going for it.
But it's definitely cool. Like even the simple Pokemon are cool. Like Pidove, its final stage, Unfezant. It actually has two different looking forms. The male and the female look different. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's pretty
Wow.
cool. Yeah.
Okay. It's
'Cause
cool. It's cool when you have different forms, like Venusaur having like the seed and not the seed and the flower and stuff.
Yeah, with Unfezant, I think it's the male one looks like it has a mask on and it has like two big feathers coming out of its head, and then the female one is just it's more subdued colors. It's brown. It doesn't have the mask, so it's just like real birds. You know how like male birds have like a lot more colors and more feathers.
Right.
They did the same thing.
That is pretty cool.
That is really cool. Something that disappointed me though was they released all the moves and stuff for the Pokemon, and the starters kind of have really bad movesets. They do not have good moves. Like I'm assuming they're just like, well, you're gonna get like a really good move on Community Day, so just deal with it for now. But
yeah.
Unfortunately, they got like Emboar has like Heat Wave, and it's just not a good move set. It just lets me down, kinda. But you can't win them all, I guess, right?
I mean that just sounds like typical for the starters that we've seen in every release. OG Charizard before Blast Burn wasn't really. I mean, I guess it was good, but it wasn't amazing.
But you at least had Overheat. So for Emboar, you have Heat Wave, Rock Slide, and Focus Blast. So it's like, and then like, quick moves is Low Kick and Ember. So he's bad. I mean, I want one really bad, but he's not going to be too good until he gets that move.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see what they do. I mean, I'm sure it'll be, Blast Burn again, right? Because we already know, like all the starters get the same like exclusive move basically. So.
Yeah, I'm surprised they never like let them come out. I mean, it took so long to get Muddy Water and all them for unlike Sceptile who had Leaf Blade like right away, but it took so long for Sceptile to get. I mean, Marshtomp to get Swampert to get Muddy Water and Blaziken to get Blaze Kick. Yeah. So it'd be cool to see maybe the starters get their like moves earlier, like their known moves. It'd be kind of cool to see them get them earlier. I guess.
It would be cool. And it'd be another excuse to have like a Pokemon Go event of some kind. It'd be like Community Day mini or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what their plan is to have like these little days or these little events where you get like special moves or new moves put in the game and stuff like that. So yeah, I could definitely see that. Because
it's amazing how predictable Pokemon Go has gotten with these moves. Like we're like, okay, we figured it out. We'll just wait for the community day.
Because I was hoping we'd get Heat Crash with Emboar, or at least Flare Blitz, because like Flare Blitz was in the game even before that, and we still haven't gotten it. So I don't know. One day we'll get those cool moves. One day.
You'll just have to wait.
So, what are some things that you would like to see in Pokemon Go? We'll start with that first. What are some things that you'd like to see maybe implemented in the game that's not in the game right now?
I think it'd be really cool if there was like a daycare system. So like,
Okay.
let's say I like instead of a Pokestop, there's like an NPC where like you have to go to like certain locations and you find these daycare centers and you leave your Pokemon there, 2 Pokemon, like a male and a female one. And over time they could produce an egg. It could be shiny. It could have 100% IVs. You know, all of these amazing stats. Could even have exclusive egg moves, because that's another thing from the main series game is Pokemon that were bred could get egg moves.
Right.
So like certain Pokemon could learn moves only through hatching them. So that could be something that could be brought very easily at Pokemon Go. It'd be really great for PvP too, because then people could breed these exclusive move high IV Pokemon.
I think breeding has to come at some point. It's just been like a staple since like the beginning, or for them, as close to the beginning as it needs to be there. They have to have some. So
Yeah,
I think eventually we'll get that.
I think it fits in perfectly with the Pokemon Go, like everything about it, because you have in Pokemon Go the motto is to walk, explore your surroundings, and also be in tune with 24/7 like real time interactions.
Yeah.
So since daycare was like literally you had to walk around and take real time to have your Pokemon interact, I think it fits perfectly.
I agree. I would like to see them implement some community day TMs where you get a TM, maybe every community day you get one TM and you can TM something in the past. Because, like, for example, on Charmander community day, I got a couple of good ones or whatever, but maybe a week later, I got a perfect Charmander, and now I just have a Charizard that doesn't have like a great move. So it's like
Right.
for people that maybe either couldn't get out on community day or maybe got that perfect IV'd one later on, I think it'd be really cool if you had like a TM. Maybe it's like super hard to get. Maybe you got to do like crazy research for it, or maybe you have to, go all out and go the whole 3 hours or something for community day. You have to like really earn that TM, or maybe they only make the TM pop up for that 3 hour span, so you got to use it then too, and you can only use it on like an older Pokemon or something like that. But I think that'd be kind of cool. I think they need to do that.
I could see that. Maybe like if you go through like a community day exclusive special research, and like you had to like catch so many of the starter, you had to evolve so many of the starter, you had to amass so much candy, go through these little like add a friend, do all these things, and then you get an exclusive move TM. And I'll bring that up to them.
And it only lasts like that, so you have to do it in the 3 hour time span, or the 4 hour time span of they give you to evolve or whatever, But I think that'd be so cool because like I know so many people that have like perfect Metagross or stuff like that, and they couldn't evolve them at the time or got them later and don't have the moves, and now they're kind of just like, well, they're perfect but they don't have the moves. So
the only redeeming thing we have right now is December could be the possibility of the the everything community day like last year.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that. But what I figure they're gonna do is they're probably gonna do it. Unfortunately, they're not doing it like they did the first time, where it was like the whole weekend. I was legit like out 24/7, like just catching everything, because they made it so it's just like the 3 hours for the 2 days.
Okay.
Hopefully they let you go back and catch everything, but I have a feeling it's just going to be like this last year, because there'd be so many Pokemon if it was like the last 2 years.
Yeah, I think you're right. It'd probably just be like all of 2019.
Yeah.
But we'll see, I guess.
Still cool though. I mean, I'm still excited for it, because the same thing happened to me like Trico Day. I got a perfect Trico legitimately the next day, and I was just like, oh. So I'm hoping December, please.
Damn. So the one thing that I want, I don't know if it's they're working on it. I hope they are. Just give me a built-in working raid map. I want a real raid map. And I don't get, like, it doesn't have to be, like, if they can only do, like, a 20-mile radius kind of thing. But I want to be able to look up, like, okay, when are raids going to happen near me without having to go to some external site or download a different app because none of them work anyway. Like, I want it built in. And I just feel like there isn't that mechanism right now. And I feel like that would really help.
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah. I don't know if they can do it. It might be too much to put in there. But if they can, that would be huge. For people like me who are, I would consider myself an amateur at this. So I'm still trying to get used to doing raids and finding them and stuff. That would be super helpful. So
I think so too, and it would, and it would make them more money because people could find more raids.
Sure.
This definitely has been brought up to them multiple times, and of course because Ingress has a map for their game, and Niantic also made Ingress. So if they can have a map for Ingress, I don't see why we can't have one for Pokemon Go.
Right.
Of course, the Pokemon Company and what they think about maps is a whole separate matter.
Yeah.
But hopefully they can come together and fix something that would, even like you said, even if it was just 20 meters out or something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be far. It doesn't have to be like the whole state, like obviously that's too hard to do, but just give me something. Yeah.
Something I would like to see too is I would like to see something like maybe a little friend chat in the game. So like, for example, I have a lucky friend right now who I'm friends with, but I've never met them in person. So I have no idea where they are. Like, we're lucky friends now, but I can't trade with you because I don't know who you are. Like, so I got to try and like hunt them down through all like the Facebook groups I'm in and stuff. So I would like to have like a thing like, maybe you have like a lucky trade so you can like message them in game and be like, hey, we got a lucky trade. Like, where do you want to meet up? Or something like that. And maybe, I know like it's tough to do like having a whole chat in the game, but maybe you can only chat with your friends or something like that. Like people that you're friends in the game or something. But I don't know. I feel like that would make things so much easier. Or that could help with raids too. Like you could be like, hey, there's a raid on so-and-so street. Like, come out here and play. Like,
That would be amazing. Like if you could only chat like with your best friends or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd figure out something like that. Because like, just like with PvP, you have to be a certain level to battle remotely. Like maybe to remote, like you have to be best friends or ultra friends or something to, chat remotely or something like that. But I think that'd be so cool.
Brought up to them before that like once you're best friends with somebody, you should be able to like, let's say you can see a raid. I told them you should be able to click on that raid and send an invite to your best friend and say, hey, meet me there, and then specify what time, and then you can meet at the raid.
That would be a great idea. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Another thing that this is my buddy Ted has said this. He should be in the chat still. He's always wanted when you're driving around like looking for raids and stuff to have like a counter on top of the raid thing to tell you how many people are inside. So like generally you got to drive up or walk up to it just to click it, because if you're too far away it won't tell you. So you got to like get close to it enough to find out how many people are in there. And, like maybe the time's running out and you missed it or something. Like there's so many times where I'd be running up to a raid and I'd see like a group of people or I wouldn't see a group of people because they'd be all in their cars and stuff. And I'd be like running up trying to get to it. And right as I hit it, the timer ran out and I'd be the one person in the lobby and I'd be like, but people would be playing. So it'd be cool to have maybe like a little timer on top or something up top that says like, there are 5 people in this raid right now. Like, something like that.
I totally agree. I want that, and I also want like a signal flare. So like even if I have no one on my friends list nearby, like I always have this issue where I'm in like an airport or something and I want to do a raid and I can't figure out where any of the Pokemon Go players are. I know they're out there. I know they're in the airport somewhere. But I just can't I can't call them, I can't text them, I can't Discord them. So I want to be able to shoot up some kind of signal flare that's like, hey, meet here. And because it's not exactly like lures are a great beacon too, but I want something that's more like immediate.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. That would totally be awesome. So we had Lando Ralpha in the chat saying that maybe day 1 will be the first year of Community Day, and maybe day 2 will be the second year of Community Day Pokemon. So maybe like for those 3 hours you'll have like year 1, and then the next day for those 3 hours you'll have year 2. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be pretty sweet.
That would be pretty sweet. Yeah. So if you have any of those like old Pokemon that you want to evolve, and you've been saving them, hoping that maybe you'll get another chance. Maybe you'll get that chance because I got a couple of Beldums that I'm ready for. So hopefully that happens. And I know like everybody's, because like nobody evolved, or at least not many people evolved an Umbreon at Last Resort. So if you have one right now, you're like so lucky, and it's so nasty and it's so awesome. So it's like that's another one where I'm like, I don't know if it's this year or not, but if it is, I'm definitely pushing for it. I want that Umbreon at Last Resort. So hopefully you can evolve them all.
Definitely, that's a hot commodity. I've seen people trading for those. They have a very high trade value.
Yeah, they're crazy hard to get. So what are some other things that maybe you don't like about the game or wish they could improve or change in the game?
Well, I wish they could improve the gifting system. The gifting system currently drives me insane. Like, I can't stand gifts because, like you said, there's no way to communicate with your friends. And I've always found it like frustrating when people like ultra you or best you. And, you know, it would make sense like if you had a way to contact your friends, but like we're playing with people all over the world, and we might not necessarily have their phone number or a way to reach them. So it's extremely frustrating trying to coordinate. Like you said, you have a lucky friend all the way across the world. You have no way to talk to them. I'm the same way, and I'm sure there's many more players just like us. And on top of that, sending gifts itself is so tedious and slow. Like just that animation of, I mean, I know you can click the X at the bottom and skip the animation, but even that still, it's like, let me just put it on auto send. Like as soon as I get a gift, just like, I would love to be able to select friends on my list that I want to auto send gifts, so that way I don't have to think about it. And as soon as I have a gift in my bag, just whoop, there it goes. Didn't even think about it.
Yeah, I agree with that. The gifting system is so slow and tedious at times.
Yeah,
it really grinds on you after a while.
And if you have somebody that's like has so many friends, like example, like I'm buddies with Zionic, and we're trying to get up to that like ultra level, but it's like I understand he has so many friends, so it's probably super hard to like send gifts or open up gifts all the time. But it's like, come on, Zionic, open them up. We're so close. We're so close.
Yeah.
You know, like I get it. Like if you could be able to like, hey, you know, contact them or let them know or something like that, you know, to pop open their gift, that'd be kind of cool. Something
I think.
What were you gonna say?
Go ahead.
Something that I would love to see is maybe pushing down to get you know, to PvP with people like ultra friends. I get it. Like they want you to, you know, put time into it, so you're not just like, they want you to go out there and meet people and battle them in person. But I think like it's a little too long to like right now what they have, it's like what? Essentially like 30 something days or something like that. So if you say like you meet somebody, you know, at a Go Fest or something, and you guys become friends and you want to battle and stuff or practice battle, you know, you can't battle with them until giving them gifts for so many days. Like I feel like they should pull it down a little, maybe be like great friends or something. It's just like so long to be like ultra friends. Like you might lose contact with them or something, or you know, you might not, like especially if they're far away. So I think like just making it for PvP to battle, they should put it down a little bit. That's what I'd like to see.
That's really good feedback. I'm gonna bring that up too. That's really good. Because like, why not, right? Like, why can't we battle our great friends? Like, that just seems like a no-brainer.
Like I get it. Like you don't want to have it so like you just friend them right there, and then you can just like battle remotely any way you want. But if you're like actually, because like generally if you meet somebody and you friend them for whatever situation, if you're gonna go to become great friends with them or to become ultra, I mean like you're putting in the time anyway, so you're gonna still like probably interact with them or try to interact with them. It's like you should give us a little bit more time to, you know, because there's plenty of like people that I meet at my tournaments that I run, and you know I want to start practicing with them, or they'll be like, oh, like I'm not as good as you, or they're better than me and I want to learn from them, you know. And it just takes so long that like if you want to practice for that next tournament, you only have 30 days, so you gotta wait till the next tournament, or what. It just, I would love for that to happen, like, you know, cut it down a little bit, just a little bit. That'd be pretty cool.
I agree.
That'd be pretty cool. What else? What else would I like to see change? How about you guys in the chat? Anybody have anything that they would like to see changed in Pokemon Go? Well, we'll give them a
Bet-
couple moments.
Better research projects, please.
Yeah, we need more special research.
Yeah.
I want like monthly different special research. Like
That'd
I
be
want
cool.
something to work on every month.
Yeah.
I know that Pokemon Go Hub put up a thing saying that they would like to have a gym rework system, and their theory was that they would like to have it so you're fighting NPCs to kind of like, so you go to gyms and the gyms will have like an actual like NPC, kind of like how you're doing with Team Rocket, but there'll be like gyms and you got to go around like your city and beat certain amount of gyms, and you know that, so like kind of get people more into PvP that way. Maybe like you got to battle the gym and you got to battle like the gym leader of that gym or something like that. They had like a really good like thing on it. I'm not like putting it to words correctly.
No, I
but
get it.
yeah.
I actually pitched to them another kind of similar idea. I don't know. Did you guys play Gen 3 with secret bases?
Yes.
Do you remember secret bases?
Oh, yes.
So I pitched to them that they need to do secret bases, but in like, so like let's say that there's going to be like tree kind of Pokestops around, or like maybe like a little mountain or something that you can carve in and make your own like you did in the game, and then you can leave your NPC inside the secret base, and then I can battle you to win over your secret base. If I can't beat you, then you get to keep it, but if I win, then I get your secret base.
That'd be so cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
And I'm sure that they could do things in the shop where you buy like stuff for your secret base, and that would definitely get them more money and stuff. Like, you know, buy like a little Poke couch or like little Poke stuffed animals or something like that to put in your base.
Get some swag for your
I
base.
love decorating them. Yeah.
That'd
the
be
little
so
cushions
cool.
and the Poke dolls. Yeah.
Another thing that I think they need to do, I feel like right now PvP, people either love it or they hate it, or they'll only do it because they needed the Sinnoh stones or they were hoping for like a TM or something. Oh, TMs we need to talk. We'll get into that in a second. But I feel that they need to make it so like every match you get a little prize or something. Like even if it's like 100 dust, whatever, like because the cutoff of only being able to battle 3 times, like people do their 3 and they're like, I'm out. Like deuce, like I think we need at least some, because I feel like that would push more people to be like, all right, I'm gonna get more dust, or I'm gonna get this, or I'm gonna get that. Like once you, I know so many of my friends who are like not really into it, and they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna do my 3 for the day, get my dust or get my rare candy or whatever, and I'm out. Like, so I feel like that would maybe get more people into PvP, and something they need to change like so soon, please, because it took. When you have a TM, at least let us like pick the move or something, or because like there'll be points in times where I'm trying to get like, for example, like Hitmonchan, I'm trying to get like Thunder Punch, and you go through like 5 or 6 TMs to like, you know, you're getting Fire Punch or you're getting Ice Punch or you're getting Close Combat or whatever, and you're just like, oh, I just want Thunder Punch, you know, like at least something. Or like if you don't not pick the move, maybe they just let you cycle through everything. So you know you're using that first TM, you're not going to get, because there's been one time where I did like, you know, I was trying to get like Shadow Ball on Gengar or something, and I got like the 2 other moves he could get back and forth like 3 or 4 times before I got Shadow Ball. Like at least let us like rotate through the moves, or let us like just use it and pick the move that we want or something like that. They got to change those TMs, because it's like they're so hard to get sometimes. Like if you're not like a stockpiler, like for me, like I've just recently started to stockpile them for PvP, but for a while it was like a barren desert for me for TM, so they need to change them.
I feel like PvP has completely changed the way people raid, because before I would like trash TMs and I would just pour rare candy into whatever legendary I need to power up. But now, ever since PvP became like relevant, like rare candies have been, well, anything that you get from a raid, fast TMs, charge TMs, rare candy, all of these things are just essential for PvP now. So I can see why, like you said, you have to stockpile these things. And I think that's why they made it that way, is because they're forcing you to go raid, so that you have to, if you need to change your Pokemon's move, then you have to go raiding to get that TM. But that's just not fun. It's just like, it doesn't make you motivated to go raid. You're just like, oh, I'll get to it whenever I get to it.
Yeah.
So some of the things in the chat, they're saying, people are saying 24-hour community days. That's a little intense, but
that'd be pretty intense. Yeah, that's wow.
But I mean, maybe for like that end of the year community day, like that first one they did last December, it was like heaven for me. Like legitimately, I was out like 2, 3 in the morning, like driving around trying to catch everything because they just did it from Friday to Sunday nonstop. It was just like all the community day Pokemon were popping up, and it was just like amazing. So maybe for like that, a 24-hour thing would be cool. But I think every community day for 24 hours would be intense. Because like if it's like a bad community, like slack off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thanks.
24 hours, that would be pretty tough.
Yeah.
Another person says raise the gift limit so you can open 50. I think they should definitely raise the gift limit. Yeah, I think
I don't think 50. Like, because you want it to be like a little bit of a challenge. Like if you just got like best friends with every single person, like within so many days, it'd be like, all right, now what?
Because I know getting gifts, they cap you off at, I think you can get 100. Like you can get 100 to send or something like that. But to open them, you can only open like 10 or 20, right? Something like that.
20. You can only open 20. Yeah.
Maybe pop that to like 30 or something.
We recently just had that gift event.
Yeah, and that was like perfect.
30.
Maybe that's what they should push it to, and then I don't know. Maybe make the 50 for those cool events or something. So it's only like once in a while you get 50.
That'd be sweet, like for Christmas or something.
Yeah.
Like, send all your friend gifts. Yeah.
Another somebody else says Team Rocket Grunts beats you. Now you're trapped in the gym for 1 hour.
Oh. Get punished.
That'd be kind of cool. I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Those Team Rocket Grunts can be tough, so it seems a little bit much, but.
Yeah, I don't think they want to punish people for losing. In the main series games, if the Team Rocket Grunt beat you, then you would actually lose money.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
Somebody says add fishing and, like you said, breeding.
Oh, yeah, fishing would be incredible. And I want to have a net, too. Like, if I have a net in my hand, I want to see more bug Pokemon, like, show up. Like, I want there to be, like, a, like, there should be, like, how they have the Glacial Lure, the Mossy Lure, the other one, Metallic Lure, the whatever.
Right.
They should do one of those lures for every type.
That'd be really cool. That would be really cool. Yeah. And I think everybody has been asking forever for this, but we need new hairdos.
Can we please get new hairstyles?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Enough already. Like, jeez.
Like they give us new clothes like once a month. Can I just get a couple of new dudes? Like,
I mean, they put in all these nice new blazers and sneakers and stuff. You can't give us hairstyles? Like just a few, just a couple.
I know. And that's something that we brought up last December to them too. Like, I don't know what the issue is. And we also talked about like getting facial hair for the dudes, like let your character have a beard or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Let me rock my mountain man look a little bit. Like, yeah.
Now,
why
not? The girl avatars, can they wear makeup?
No, they got one look.
They need makeup for the ladies too.
Yeah.
Makeup for both. Why not? Maybe I want to rock some face
paint. I've seen some guys with eyeliner before. Yeah,
sure, why not? Who cares?
It'd be cool if, like, when they release, I hope they release Galarian Zigzagoon when Sword and Shield come out.
That'd be smart.
Be cool. Imagine if they have like matching face paint for your character, like you get the stars on your eyes.
Oh,
like
yes.
the Zigzagoon.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Or like the Team Yell guys, you have like their look.
Oh yeah, and the pink mohawk and the
All right, so since we're starting to get into it, let's get into Sword and Shield. So we got about half hour left, a little over a half hour, I guess, as long as that's cool with you, Holly.
I'm so down.
So let's get into Sword and Shield because I'm super amped about Sword and Shield. Like, I can't wait for it. I legitimately just bought a Switch just to play Let's Go, and now that Sword and Shield's coming, like, I'm so excited for it. I can't wait.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Yeah,
Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee version.
I got the same one. Yep. So, what are you most excited about for Sword and Shield so far?
Well, on top of you got to be hyped for the new Pokemon first, but second of all is the wild area. I like how the Pokemon are like spawning. You can actually see them. I think that's going to be super cool because I'm really hyped for like shiny hunting. Like, what if you can see stuff that's shiny, like how it was in I'm thinking about how it was in Let's Go. You know how in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee you could see the shinies walking around? Maybe it would be like that in Sword and Shield. We don't really know.
I know they said that the Pokemon aren't going to follow you, but they're going to be out in the wild like that. They'll be both. There'll be random encounters. So, you know, you'll probably have annoying Pokemon like Zubat just hitting you up out of nowhere like a Mount Moon or something.
Yeah.
But, you know, there'll be ones where, like, they showed in the video where, like, you know, Machoke's coming at you and he looks pissed. Like, he's going to he's running you down. Like, I think that's so cool that they're going to have, like, both.
I totally agree. And I think, you know what else is super exciting is the max raid battles. Because that's like calling all Pokemon players like, hey, you want to play this on the Switch? We got raids for you.
Yeah, it seems like that they're trying to maybe integrate a little bit. Because, like, that's what they did with Let's Go. It was definitely like an integration of Pokemon Go to get those Pokemon Go fans in with, like, the way you threw the ball and stuff and everything like that. So it seems like, well, we're not going to change those mechanics, but we're going to give you raids. So if you love Pokemon Go, you're going to love Sword and Shield too, probably.
Oh, yeah. And especially if you liked Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, they're going to love Sword and Shield too.
Right. So another thing that they announced recently, within like the last maybe week or so, that there's not going to be an Elite Four. That they're going to have a championship system, kind of like the anime, basically. So I'm not sure how it's going to work, like if you're going to know your opponents, or it'll be like a random system where, let's say, like there's like 32 trainers, and, you know, you got to beat certain trainers. And then at the end, you obviously fight that Leon guy or whatever. But I'm excited for that. I think it'd be cool to not have an Elite Four for once.
That is cool. Well, in Sun and Moon, they didn't have an Elite Four either, I think, right?
Really?
Or wait. They just had different. Never mind. They had an Elite Four, but they had like it wasn't gym leaders. It was just.
Yeah, they didn't have. They had the island trials.
The trials, yeah.
Yeah, and then they had like their version of an Elite Four. It was basically an Elite Four, but they called them something different, I think.
Yeah.
Like the Island Masters or something. I don't know what it was. Something like that.
That's what I mean, yeah.
But this, they're completely cutting out an Elite Four, so it's going to be like a tournament system that they're going to televise, like, in the game. So, like, the crowds are going to be watching you and stuff. Like, so that's kind of cool. Like, yeah, because they're going to have, they announced that they're going to have gyms, and then they got, like, the exclusive gyms to certain games, which I think is, like, super cool. Yeah. Like, it's the first time where, like, I definitely want, the first time since, like, maybe, I don't know, Gold and Silver. Like, Gold and Silver, I bought everything. I was, like, so excited to have both, you know, games. This is maybe the first time since then where I didn't just pick a side. Like, I don't want to just pick a side because I'm like, oh, I want to fight that gym leader, or I want this Like, there's just so many cool things. Like, they really are pushing me to want to buy both.
I agree. And I mean, Bea and Alistair are the two gym leaders for the separate versions. They're both so cool. One's fighting type, the other's ghost. I think that's awesome. And it makes so much sense, like, while they're really hyping up that package where you can buy both copies in the same package for the pre-order.
Yeah.
Right.
Because then you get basically the pseudo legendaries from both games. Like, one gives you like Tyranitar and Hydreigon, and one gives you like Gudra and another, you know, and you can, like, you have them at the beginning of the game so you can, like, trade them to each other, or, you know, so that's kind of cool. I'm super excited for that, kind of.
Yeah, you just reminded me that those are the, like, game exclusives.
Yeah,
game exclusives.
Yep. So, how do you feel about the whole National Pokédex thing?
Okay, that is such a hot button topic, man. Like, I'll be straight up though. Like, I don't mind that they don't have the whole full Pokédex.
Me
like,
either.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Because we're getting so many new Pokemon, and I actually want to team these new Pokemon. Like, I want to give them a chance. I want to get to know them. I want to, like, experience playing with these new guys. And I feel like if my old favorites are all there, then of course I'm going to pick the old stuff.
Yep.
So it's kind of nice that they're forcing us to, like, experience something new, which of course is going to be a good time. So.
Like, we did a show a couple, like, months back where, you know, when they started putting out, like, save Pokemon, like, stuff like that. And we did a show where we were talking about, like, the National Pokédex, and then, like, somebody put out a list of every Pokemon, because their thing was, like, every Pokemon is somebody's favorite, so they have to be in the game. It's not fair. And they did a thing where, you know, a certain amount of people voted, and 4 Pokemon didn't get a vote, so they weren't anybody's favorite. Like, people didn't like them. So it's just like, all right, I mean, there are Pokemon that people don't really care for, which stinks, but it's true. So it's just like, that shouldn't be a reason to not want to play the game. It's just like, I get it. The National Pokédex has been basically in every game almost, for the most part, it's like, yeah, it stinks that maybe your favorite won't be there, but like you said, like if my favorites were there, I might just pick a team of my favorites and, not resignate or, learn with these new Pokemon. Like I want to like be able to bond and relate to these new Pokemon and find new guys that I love. Maybe a new favorite will be in that,
Exactly. And especially since all these new Pokemon are going to have so many cool new features like Gigantamaxing and all that stuff. Like I want to play with them and see what they can do.
Yeah, there's enough new features and new Pokemon that like you're not going to miss it.
Exactly.
You're going to have plenty to do and plenty to learn, plenty to explore. So
And it's not like they're just giving you just the new Pokemon and that's it. There's so many oldies coming back anyways. I think there's like over 150 or like 200 like old Pokemon already, and they announced that there's going to be over 500 in the game. Yeah. So, I mean, you're probably going to get majority of your favorites, and if you miss out on your favorite, it stinks, but maybe they'll be in the next game.
Right.
Yeah. I think people are being like, I'm all set with Pokemon, like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
They're going to play, though. Like, as soon as the game comes out, they're going to be like, what National Dex? Like, they're not going to care.
Right? Yeah. National Dex what?
They're all full of it. They're going to buy the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something that I want so badly is I just want to know what the starters look like. I need to know. Like, I've been dying to find
the final
out.
Stages?
Yeah, I'm dying. I need to know.
I know. There's so many leaks and rumors and stuff. Well, not even leaks, but like rumored leaks.
There's been a few leaks, though, that are like so on point. Like, whoever that leaker was, like on 4chan or whatever, and then they're legit, like, right. So I'm kind of like, oh, man, I hope, like, maybe their leaks aren't right all the time because, like, I think they leaked the starters and they weren't that great, or they didn't sound as great as I was hoping they'd be. So I'm kind of like, I don't know.
I kind of wish that he didn't leak anything so we could be just 100% surprised.
Yeah.
But I saw that same guy on 4chan and I'm like, oh, okay.
But
I mean,
he's been pretty good though. Like I think I'd say like 80 or 90% of his things have been spot on.
He's been right. He's been right, and that's the thing. That's like, all right. Oh, there goes all the surprise.
Yeah, I agree. It does kind of get ruined a little bit, and it's like, oh, okay, so that's probably what it's gonna be. Damn.
But
either way, they all look. I'm sure it'll be great. Anyone who hasn't seen that leak, they're gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Let's hope. So, what do you think the starters will end up being? What are your like? What would you like to see the starters' final forms or final typing?
Oh, final typing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you could pick the final typing of each one, like what would it be?
Okay, so let's start out with Grookey. So Grookey is a grass monkey. It will evolve into something we don't know, but it could be like a fighting and grass type maybe, because it seems I don't know what he's doing with that stick.
It looks like he's playing the drums or something. Like he's beating out. He's getting down.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know how they're gonna. Because if you think about, I was thinking about Fennekin's evolution, Delphox. No.
Yeah.
The middle stage.
Right.
Not Delphox, but the middle one. It has a stick that it uses as like a wand.
Right.
And then Delphox has it again as it evolves. So I'm thinking, and you know what I mean? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
So maybe Grookey's evolutions will use that stick in some way too, to do something. But I don't know. So that's why I'm thinking like grass fighting, because maybe it'll use that stick like in battle. I don't know.
That'd be cool. So my theory is it's gonna be grass and rock, because when they first show you, he's cracking a little rock with the stick.
On the rock.
So that was my theory. Is like maybe he'll be this like really like gigantic like like a rocky gorilla with like moss all over him, and he'll be holding like a giant tree instead of a stick at this point. Like that'd be like my dream for the evolved form of Grookey.
See, I'm hoping that stick, like I agree, he's probably going to use it in battle. I want it to become like a kendo stick.
That'd be
like
kind of cool.
The inner wrestling fan of me wants it to become a kendo stick, just made of bamboo, and it's just going to town with that.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like online were saying that they could see him being like grass and fairy, and that'd be a really cool, interesting type.
I don't know if I see that happening, but that'd be
I don't
cool.
either.
That'd be yeah.
I don't, but it would be a cool type. So what do you think about Score Bunny? What do you think that could be?
love Score Bunny. It's super adorable. Obviously a fire type. We don't need another firefighting starter.
That's
don't
what
need
everybody's
that.
saying in the chat right now. Please, no firefighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for Score Bunny's sake, I hope that it's not a firefighting. It'd be cool to see like a fire fairy.
That'd be really cool, actually. So my guess was when they first put it out there, they said it has like tons of energy. So I thought it would be like fire electric.
Oh, that would be cool too. I could totally see that.
So
Like it's like lightning fast.
Yeah, so it's always like running around and yeah, like fire electric would be really cool.
That would be sweet. Yeah. Like the Flash, like when he runs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Some people are saying fire and steel. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be different.
Yeah.
Because the only fire and steel, I think, is just Heatran, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, I can't think of any other.
Fire steel. Yeah. What is Victini? Is that just fire? Yeah. I think so. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, they could do it.
And then my boy Sobble.
Oh yeah,
Sobble.
Your favorite. Yeah.
So my theory was Sobble's gonna end up being. He's gonna have like the greatest redemption story, and he's gonna be the coolest looking guy at the end, and he's gonna be Water and Ghost. That's what I think.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's Water and Ghost. I think that'd be really cool.
Or it could be. He could even be like Water Poison, because maybe he's like. Because isn't he's a chameleon, right?
Yeah.
I guess those aren't poisonous, but I was just thinking because he's kind of like a lizard, because maybe he could have like some toxins or something like that.
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking
like
Ghost because he's like hiding and stuff, and he's disappearing, and ghosts do that.
Yeah.
So that'd be really cool. I could see like Water and Psychic too, maybe.
Or even like Water Dark would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So you'd have like another Greninja, basically.
Yeah, but no, like nobody's mad because Greninja's so cool, and if they make Sobble into like some kind of ninja too, then that'd just be great.
Like I know, some people are saying like, I'm hoping that he ends up being like a giant knight. Like he ends up, because like he likes to hide, so he's hiding in like armor or something. I know some people are saying like they'd like to see him as like a spy or something like that, because like James Bond and everything, because it's based in Britain. So maybe he'd be like a spy or something and have like spy technology in his final form or something like that.
What?
That'd be pretty
cool.
sweet.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. How about you, Jason? You have any?
Yeah, like I said, I think Score Bunny, the idea of him being fire and steel, I think it'd be really cool if like the final evolution he's just got like steel armor. Like that's the steel part of him.
That'd be cool.
I'd love to see like real good steel armor on one of them. Sobble, I don't know. I'm not sold on Sobble in terms of what it's gonna become. Or I don't know. You're big on Sobble.
Something I would love, but I know they'll never do it. It'll never happen because it'd be too overpowered. But if it was Water and Dragon.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think they'll ever make a starter a Dragon type. I just don't like. It would just be too overpowered at the beginning of the game.
I don't know. You know, it's first time for everything. You know.
Like, it'd be so cool because I think the only water dragon is Palkia.
Oh. I guess, is it?
I'm pretty sure.
I guess so.
So that'd be really cool to have another water dragon. But
absolutely, as a starter type. Heck
yeah. Especially if it like gets the typing in the second form, or generally that's where it happens. The second form will get the typing first. Like having a mid form with dragon typing like early on in the game. Ooh, that'd be so good. That'd be so good. Yeah.
I think it's cool. Like if they really like to do trios of some kind, like that relate to each other when it comes to the starters. Like if you look at the starters for Gen, what was that 6 with Fennekin, Chespin, and wait, was it Froakie? No.
Yep.
Yeah. Or no, was he? I don't think Froakie. Froakie was Gen. Oh well. Anyway, with
yeah, it was Gen 6.
Somebody was telling me that that gen, like they were all tied together. Like Delphox was like the mage.
Yeah, like D&D. Yep.
Yeah, like D&D, right?
So Greninja's supposed to be like the thief / like rogue, where Chespin's supposed to be like the fighter paladin type person.
Yes.
And then you have Delphox being like the mage. So yeah, like that's the theme of that. That's pretty cool, I think. Yeah, I think they all have like some kind of like inner theme for like the three of them combined or whatever.
Yeah.
So
at least now they do. I don't know if Gen 1 or Gen 2 had that, but
I remember
it'd be cool.
I saw like an article that somebody was like saying that everyone had a theme. And then there's always that thing of like the fire Pokemon following the Zodiac, the Chinese Zodiac.
Oh, I did hear about that too. Like, yeah.
So I'm sure there's some kind of like cool theme for each one of them that we just haven't looked at yet. Let's see. I'm going to try to find it real quick.
It would be super cool though if in some kind of way all three of them have some kind of armor on. Like, or even if they have another stage after their like final stage, like something like not like a mega evolution, but something that's like, okay, now it's like armor time, and like there's like a Z move, and then they get like these armor.
That'd be
comes
cool.
on.
Yeah. Kind of like a defense up, armor up kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
And I feel like that'd be like on par for the theme of Sword and Shield, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So this is what they say each Pokemon is. So they say all the grass types are always a prehistoric animal. I don't know if I believe that. The fire types are always a Chinese Zodiac, and the water themed guys are some kind of like weapon or like evolved with a weapon, basically. Like so they use like
oh yeah,
like Blastoise having cannons, or Greninja with the shurikens, and Samurott with the swords, and Empoleon with like the blade arms. So they're like
Primarina though.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Just the evolution of Popplio is just like YOLO.
So they say that the overall the three, like we said, Gen 6 is like a RPG type game or a D&D type game. They say Gen 7 is circus themed. Gen 5 is Empire theme, and that would make sense with Embor being based on Romance of the Three Empires. Gen 4 is Myths. Gen 3 is Unique Evolution. Gen 2 is Ancient Creatures. And Gen 1 is Genetics. But I don't get that. So...
Yeah, what do they mean by genetics?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
all the other ones I can see. Like I get it, but I don't. Yeah, there probably wasn't a theme for Gen 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's genetic about having cannons coming out of your back?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm gonna say like
that one's a little.
Yeah, the other ones seem kind of close, or maybe.
Sure.
But yeah. So
the only thing in genetic in Gen 1 is like Mew and Mewtwo. And
yeah.
Ditto, I guess, is genetic as well.
Right.
So what are some things you're hoping to see in Sword and Shield? Like you're hoping that it needs to be in the game.
Ooh. They've been doing a good job of revealing a lot of things. Because I was hoping, like, I like stupid stuff. Like, I want to be able to change my character's clothes and hair. So I just saw that you could do that. So you can do those things.
Which is epic. You can legitimately change everything. Everything. Yeah. It's so cool. It's like what we want for Pokemon Go. Like, you can legitimately give yourself every haircut. You can give yourself makeup. You can give yourself all these cool looks. Like
contact lenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Pokemon Go definitely needs that. But, yeah, I'm so glad that they did that. I want to see something really cool endgame. So like after you beat the main game, I want to be able to go to another place. Like kind of like how like in Gen 2 you could go back to Kanto and stuff like that. Like I want to be able to maybe, because I know the rumor is like Kalos is based on France, that maybe that you go back there because they're the only game that never had a extra thing. Like, you know, you had Platinum with, you know, Gen 4, and you had Emerald with Gen 3, and you had, you know, Yellow with Gen 1, and Crystal with Gen 2, like they're the only ones that didn't get a extra game or a second game or continuation or whatever. So maybe the continuation will be here.
Okay. Oh, maybe you can go back to Kalos?
Yeah.
That'd be okay.
And
okay.
you know how
that makes sense.
And you know how like the big theme in that was like there was like a big war or whatever? Maybe they had the war with Galar.
Oh, now it's all coming together.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they had some like train tracks and stuff too, and there's like that cool train track part in the trailer where you're like in like the underground train thing, and maybe that's the train system that brings you to Kalos or something. Like,
oh yeah, I can see that. And that makes sense because the trains go all over the place in Europe.
Yeah,
right?
And if it's not that, like, just give us, I don't know, give us something cool end game. I need more end game. Like, I hate because let's go, like, once you beat it, it's like you beat it basically. Like, yeah, you can go back and fight the gym leaders, or you can go find like Red and all them, or catch Mewtwo. But after that, like, it kind of dies down, and there's not really like a really cool end game. I guess like they're pushing hard in Sword and Shield to have battling and having really balanced like battles, and I heard that they're gonna have like ranking systems and stuff like that, so you can be doing that. But I hope there's more like end game stuff, or maybe DLC. Like, give me some DLC later on or something. That'd be pretty cool.
The Pokemon Company has been notoriously like never able to give like DLC. Like I would never expect DLC for a Pokemon game, because what they do is they just split them up and make more copies so that you have to buy another game.
Yeah.
But I do agree that they need to work on the end game, because Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, it was honestly a disappointment after you like beat the game. Like, people were just like, all right, I'm done, putting it down now, bye Switch.
Yeah, that was really it. Like, once you beat the game, there was kind of like nothing else to could look forward to a little bit. Like, like I said, you could battle the gym leaders every day, but that was about it.
Yeah. You can go shiny hunting, but the problem with shiny hunting in that game is that you need real money to use the incense or the lures or whatever it is. So you have to keep battling just to go shiny hunting, and that's kind of annoying after a while.
Right. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of anything else Sword and Shield wise that I'd like to see, or that I think the game should have. Is there anything else, Holly, that you think that you'd like to see or you think needs to be in the game?
Well, I really hope that, like, I saw kind of some shots of some of the players running around together to do the max raid battle. I think it'd be so cool, like, if your friends could join you in the wild area, like, in general. Like, if just my friends online, like, I can see them in the wild area. I think that'd be cool to, like, maybe do some, like, trainer battles with them, or trades or something, or, like, if I could go over to their little camping thing and we can make curry together, like, I can be one of the people fanning the curry or something like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. That would be pretty awesome.
I want to see that in the Pokemon games in general, and especially in Pokemon Go. Like, I want to be able to see more players on the map. I want to be able to have that experience with other people. Like, I know they're out there.
Yeah.
I know that my friends are online, so let us just play together.
So, I guess just jumping back to Pokemon Go real quick, do you ever think that we'll see other trainers in game?
I hope so.
That'd be so cool.
But, like, at the same time, like, when you go to places, like, I've been to Japan a couple times now, and I actually was there for a month last year, and the Pokemon Go scene is totally different there. Like, it's like a religion there. Like, people like work it into their schedules, and, like, like how we were saying stupid stuff like, oh, we need the beacons, or we need to be able to, like, alert our friends that there's a raid nearby. They don't need any of that in Japan. Like, every single raid that you could ever even imagine always has a full lobby of 20 people. Like, you never need help. And so and plus there's so many people, like, in buildings, like, on top of people doing the raids on the ground level. Like, there's just people everywhere. That it's nuts that if there was the ability to look in Pokemon Go on the map and see other players, it would literally crash in Japan.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be able to put enough people on top of each other.
Or maybe they set it so you only see people you're friends with.
Okay. I could see that.
So, like, cool. Or maybe, like, just your best, because even friends would be tough. Because, like, what if you're at GoFest and all 200 of your friends are there? That'd be pretty tough. But, like, maybe just your best, maybe just your best friends are, like, on the screen. So that, like, if you're raiding with a couple of friends, like they're with you in the game or something, that'd be kind of cool. Because I mean, phones have the power to do that. I guess we could probably handle it.
You're making me think of like GoFest though, because that's like highly possible that you'd see all 200.
Right? Yeah, I can imagine that. Right? And your phone's just like covered with just people.
Yeah.
You can't even see Pokemon. You're just like, get out of the way. Yeah, honestly, that's probably why they haven't done it, because you couldn't even see the Pokemon spawns. There'd be so many people on your map.
Yeah, it'd get a little crowded. That's true. That'd be tough.
So somebody in the chat says, what was it? More MMORPG type things would be fun, like added to the game.
Depends on what aspects they want.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are saying like class specialization.
Okay.
I think like oh, I'm a Pokemon breeder, so maybe I'll get better egg stats.
That'd be cool.
Like specialize it. So like each medal, like there's a youngster badge. Like I specialize in tiny rats. I don't know.
Yeah. Or like if you want to be like, say you want to be like a bug catcher. Like maybe your bug Pokemon have like better stats or something, or attack better, or if you're a fisherman, or that'd be really cool. I think they should do that. That would be super cool.
I think more specialization's definitely cool, and that's kind of right up Niantic's alley too. I've been playing Harry Potter Wizards Unite, and they have a lot of specialization in those games. Like you can be either an auror, a professor, or a magizoologist, and there's like a whole skill tree that you can go down and like pick certain perks that you can specialize in as you level up. And I think the main series Pokemon games don't really have that, like character wise. Like you're more just like maxing out your Pokemon in different ways, but it'd be cool to see them do something like that.
Yeah. I dabble in Harry Potter. Like I started out really strong, but then I kind of like backed off it because it's super tough to play both. I said it like at the beginning of the show, like if you're running Pokemon Go and then you go into run Harry Potter, like it usually restarts your Pokemon Go app when you go back in. So it's like it's tough to jump between the two, especially if you're like, driving around or stuff like that. So I don't know, it's tough. Like I play Harry Potter here and there, like I open it every day, but I don't play as hardcore as I do Pokemon because Pokemon's life.
Yeah, that's the problem. Most Pokemon Go players that I've talked to who played Harry Potter Wizards Unite, they said that they liked Harry Potter, but they just had too much Pokemon FOMO with all the shinies and new raid bosses and new stuff, new, that they were like, all right, well, I'm just going back to Pokemon.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on in Pokemon.
I think that's probably my hesitation why I haven't gotten into the Harry Potter game yet, because I'm just now getting into the more nitty-gritty of Pokemon Go. Because for a while I was a super casual, just I'll collect what I can and didn't do raids, didn't do research, didn't do any of that. So I'm like finally starting to get into that part of it. So I'm like, I want to make sure I get that done and not jump into something else and then just completely forget about it. So maybe one day we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's really Harry Potter's not a hard game to pick up. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, like there's a huge storyline and a plot line that you can follow along if you're into that. But I just like click through all the storyline and I'm just like playing the game just to play the game. And it's a lot of fun just to play it like from a strictly casual fun basis.
Yeah. That's kind of when I first started playing, like I was amazed that they had like voice actors. Like I was like I couldn't believe it. I was like, Pokemon Go needs I want to hear like Professor Willow like hooking me up, like talking to me. Like I hate reading his like when I'm reading his like things from the when you have the research, like the big research, like his like big books that he's giving you. It's like, dude, just tell me, talk. Let me hear you.
Wait, you know what the crazy thing too is they actually do have a voice actor for Professor Willow.
Yeah.
And do you know who it is?
I don't.
It's the same guy that voiced Tuxedo Mask from Sailor Moon.
Get out.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm totally spacing on his name, but yeah. So they should just hire him to do the. Maybe I wouldn't skip through my research breakthrough if I actually heard him talking.
Yeah, it might make it a little more interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely. Although I gotta admit, research breakthroughs are getting pretty stale, especially with this Flower Crown Eevee. Like people were.
I finally got mine the other day, and I'm like, cool. Awesome. I guess it'll just sit there on my roster now. Like I'm not gonna do anything with it.
Yeah,
so.
like 2 months of Flower Crown Eevee's a little rough.
It's too much. Yeah.
A little rough.
I guess they figured they had so much else going on with Shiny Mewtwo and stuff that they didn't need. And Gen 5, you know.
Ah,
Sure.
I knew it. So he was Spider-Man too.
Oh, yeah.
He was
yeah,
in a
yeah,
ton of things.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Robbie
Got a good
Damon.
voice.
Robbie Damon is the voice of Professor Willow. He's in a lot of anime and stuff too. Wow, they should definitely get him to do it for the game. Oh,
Yeah, why not?
yeah, let's do it. Let's get it. Niantic, listen up. We need voices, at least for him.
It would be great if Pokemon Go had a storyline to it, or like some kind of like side story, like not something that we have to follow along, but
You
if
can
we
choose
want
to if you want to. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd be up for that.
definitely more NPCs too. We need
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it needs more NPCs.
because the Team Rocket stuff's really cool.
It is. They did a great job with that.
They really did. Yeah, I like that they made it both of like PvE and PvP kind of.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Giovanni to come. He's coming. We're getting him at some point. We're gonna see him.
Yes.
He's coming. So let's get into PvP a little bit. We don't have a lot of time left. I don't know if we'll go late or not. It's up to I don't know. Can you? How much time do you have, Holly?
I've got time.
Okay, Dimitri, can we go a little late? Yeah. Okay. So we might go a little late. We'll see. We'll see how things go. So on the PvP side of things, what do you want to see in season 2 of the Silph Arena League?
Okay, so I'll be honest with you. Like, I haven't followed season 2 very much. I did a lot of season 1. Like, I got up. I was invited into regionals, and I did it. And I don't know. I think I don't even remember what place I got because I didn't win. So
Yeah.
but I think PvP is really shaping up with the meta, especially now that Gen 5 is here. I'm not really sure what to look for season 2 though. What about you?
So they kind of gave me some things that I really wanted. I like that now that they put out that you can have Ultra or Master League ranked match. There's only one time rank. It's not like a normal 10-time rank. But it's cool because like generally in my tournaments I have the normal cup and then I'll do like an Ultra League. So it's harder to get people to like stick around for the Ultra League. Usually we give out like a full badge set to the winner just so we can attract more people. But now that it's like kind of ranked or like low ranked, that I feel like more people would be like, oh, like I'm gonna play now, like for the higher, because PvP's kind of made it to a point where now you just want to look for. Well, some people only look for like the PvP IVs, where like you're better, really like your perfect IV Pokemon. You're like, well, they can't really help me in PvP, or they won't be as great, so leave them to the side. But they're better. They still are good for like Ultra League and Master League and stuff like that. So it's like I like to have those too. I don't know. So it's good that they gave me those, and I want to see more. I don't know. I'd like to see more bans, I guess. More
Bans?
like banning certain Pokemon. Yeah.
Oh.
I'd like to see more of them to like not, because like there are certain Pokemon, like I think Tropius shouldn't have been in there a lot because not everybody has a Tropius and it's pretty beefy. Certain Pokemon, I think that they did an alright job with banning, but I think I'd like to see a few more maybe. If we ever get a raid bot like a breakthrough with Giratina, imagine like Giratina getting into PvP. That wouldn't be fun. That'd be a bad time, I think. So that I guess kind of maybe some of the overpowered guys or something like that. And I just want to see more. I would love to see the switch timer go down a little bit. I think that it's way too long to switch between Pokemon. Like not too much.
Oh.
Yeah, stuff like that. But I think they're doing such a good job, and I can't wait for the next cup. So the next cup's supposed to be the Sinister Cup. What do you think the meta will be? Like, what do you think the typing will? What's your guess?
Sinister Cup. So that sounds like Ghost, Dark. Yeah. Like I don't know. What's spooky? I guess.
So
maybe Steel, or I'm not sure.
My guess was it's gonna be Ghost, Psychic, bug, and poison. I think like dark's super overpowered, like against like ghosts and psychics and stuff like that, and those are kind of like the more spookier guys. I guess steel's kind of you could push steel in there maybe, but if you didn't have dark in there and you had ghost, psychic, bug, and poison, like bug resists a couple of them and it beats the psychics, and the ghosts beat themselves and the psychics. Like I think that'd be a really good meta for the cup. And like bugs are kind of sinister looking things, so
They can be, yeah, poisonous too. Nice. I'll have to get into that.
Yeah, they haven't really released. They should be releasing it really soon, I think. Like maybe in the next couple days of what the cup's gonna be, because October 1st begins season 2. So we need something soon. So let's open up the chat too, if anybody has any questions for Holly. If you have any of you guys in the chat, if you want to ask Holly anything for the next like few minutes before we head out, because the show's winding down here. So if you guys have anything that you want to ask her, shoot. Okay, so
there's naturally going to be a delay.
Obviously, I
People
know.
are furiously typing.
They're like, how do you feel? I guess something that I've read before, that like people that like love the game and then kind of like drifted off to the game, like was like, oh, Pokemon Go is just the same thing, where it's just like new Pokemon and then like shinies. Like that's really your only new content. Like, how do you feel that like really shinies push the game now? Like if you're not into PvP or whatever, like shinies are really the only like thing you're really pushing for, kind of.
I'm feeling that right now, the shiny burnout. A lot of people have been telling me that they're feeling burnout about shinies in general. Like this last community day, Turtwig community day, like I never seen like so little interest. Like people are like, yeah, okay, we have Frenzy Plant Meganium, we've got Frenzy Plant Venusaur, like we don't care about Frenzy Plant Torterra, and like we don't care about shiny Turtwig, and then like people are excited about Gen 5, but I've definitely noticed a lot of people that are like, yeah, I'm starting to like slow down my shiny hunts, like so people are getting burned out, and it's scary because this is the way that Niantic is taking Pokemon Go, is shiny content. So I think they need to do something to make it more spicy. Like maybe a shiny that you find in the wild has an exclusive move. Like maybe it's more than just a shiny.
Okay. Or maybe they have like a little better stats. Like they're guaranteed to have better stats or something.
Yeah, like something else that makes there a reason for us to get out of the house and go get this thing.
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, it is getting to the point like when there's not new stuff, it's just like you're just pushing to tap that one Pokemon, and then if it's not shiny, you're just like, oh, and then you push forward and you're like, oh, I need to get it, and then you'll click it and it won't be shiny, and then you're just disappointed for a while. And I don't know. That's how I feel. I have like really bad shiny luck, like super bad shiny luck. So yeah. Or maybe a shiny charm. Like they should make a shiny charm in the game where like maybe you get it and you have like a better chance of getting shiny Pokemon, and then like you can't use it for like a couple weeks, or you can't use it for a set amount of time, and then you build it up and you get the shiny charm again and you can get more shinies or something. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool, especially, but only that would work, I feel like, if they introduce the shiny charm through some kind of like special research, because if it's something like an in-game shop item, then people will be really mad, because then it'll be like, well, this is pay to win,
Yeah. Or maybe you get it from like a research. Like
that's what I mean, yeah.
Special research, and then like once you complete it, you get the shiny charm or something like that. Because if you had to buy it, that'd be kind of stinky. But I think like that's probably what it would be. All right, so we have a couple questions here. Somebody says, what are you looking forward to most this weekend at Montreal Safari Zone?
I'm most looking forward to, honestly, like I'm not even thinking about the Safari Zone. I'm more concerned with we're going to the Safari Cup. They have a PvP Cup going on.
Yes.
Yeah, Safari Cup. It's going to be pretty exciting because it's so many types of Pokemon. Have you seen the lineup for this? It's like all the types almost.
So
like, almost.
I'm in the Battle Park Discord, and we have brackets that we set up where you become friends with everybody so you can battle, but they're not ranked. They're just for fun, to practice or whatever. So we're doing a Safari Cup right now, and it was really tough for me to pick my team. I went with Altaria, Kingdra, Charizard, Sceptile, Bastiodon, and Toxicroak.
Those are good picks.
Yeah. I won my first round. So
nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. So I mean, I'm not going. Unfortunately, I'm not going to but the cup's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think it's being hosted by King. So shout out to King. He's really
shout
cool.
out King. And then you always get that faster whatever zone shiny. So the rumor is that it's gonna be Yanma.
Yanma, yeah.
Yeah.
Blue, it's
Looks
gonna
cool.
be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
So then another question is, it says, is there any places you think you would be cool to have a safari zone or a Go Fest, or places you'd like to visit to play Pogo?
So many places. The list is infinite, But I think number one, I know Australia has been dying to get a safari zone. So somewhere in Australia for
I'm
sure.
surprised they haven't yet, honestly.
They're working on it. They are working on it.
They should have one. Yeah.
I would like to see them have maybe 2 Go Fests in the United States, maybe like a West Coast and an East Coast one. So like
that'd be cool.
So then you wouldn't have to have like everybody gunning for Chicago, because like I tried to go this year and I didn't end up getting tickets, which stunk. Like I wasn't picked. Yeah. So it'd be kind of cool if they split it and you had maybe a West Coast and an East Coast, so then maybe so many people wouldn't go. You'd have like maybe a little easier time of getting tickets. That's what I would say.
Well, and if that's successful too, then you can split it up even further. Like if East and West works, then you can maybe do East, West, North, and South.
Yeah, that's
and then
true.
you give people a lot more opportunity to go and not be overwhelmed.
I would love to see Boston, obviously, for my own selfish reasons. I would love to see Boston get a Safari Zone or a, Go Fest or something. Like, Boston has such a great area for Pokemon Go, and I think it'd be like a really good spot. And it's so historic and everything, so.
Yeah.
I agree. Boston's great. I've been there before. I can't even remember the area, but it's definitely, I like how high-tech Boston is.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's very up and coming. Very cool.
Somebody said, let's see.
What else we got?
I also think that Las Vegas would be like a natural pick for a safari zone because it's already like the tourist capital of the U.S.
Right, yeah.
Vegas would be a great place for it, yeah.
Yeah. Like, we've already got the infrastructure for it.
What?
They just need to do it at a time where it's not hot.
Yeah.
What is the best or coolest place you've ever been to for Pokemon Go?
That's a really hard question. But hands down, like, I'm not even gonna like take a second to think about it. It's Japan. Tokyo, Japan is, like I was trying to tell you guys earlier, it's like a religion there. Like, old, young, like, whether you have kids, whether you're a traveling businessman in a suit and a tie, like, everyone's playing Pokemon Go, and they're all willing to like talk to each other and trade and battle each other. It's like, it's just this beautiful, it's like what you imagine like in a dream world of what Pokemon Go should look like. It's in Tokyo right now.
Yeah. So it's kind of like what Pokemon Go was like that first like couple months, where like
Yes.
legitimately everybody was out and people were running for cool spawns, and you'd go to any park and the park would be filled with like so many people, and I miss those days.
The good old days. Yeah.
Honestly, I bet like because Gen 5 just got released, I'm sure Tokyo is going insane right now. I'm sure everybody's out there like, oh my god, it's a Snivy! Like, just masses of people are just running through. Like,
yeah.
Crazy.
Another question is, what's your opinion on Pokemon Masters?
I haven't downloaded it. I haven't tried it. I watched King live stream it and play through it, and I talked to him about it, and I don't know, it just didn't grab me. It didn't didn't grab me.
So I was super pumped for it at first, and I downloaded it right away. Like I set up like the pre-order, so it downloaded right away, like right when it came out. And I was like all about it. I was like so hyped. I was like, this is gonna be awesome. And then I started playing, and I was like, it's okay. Like I don't know, I don't love it, but I don't really hate it. I'm just like, I don't know. I haven't opened it in like the last maybe week or so. So yeah.
I think it's a cool game. Like I'm glad that they made it. I think that it's cool because I love all the Pokemon Masters. Like I like to see all my old favorites. Like I was watching King play through and I'm like, oh, it's cool. Misty has a Starmie, or like, you know, it's cool to like recognize characters. Like Hal has the Alola and Raichu, right? Like it's like, oh, that's cool. He's from Alola. But like the longevity of the game, I don't really like see me investing in it.
Yeah. I'm definitely I'll jump back in and play it here and there, but yeah, I don't know. It's not. I thought it'd be something that I'd be like, oh, I gotta play this every day, but it's definitely not. It's not that, or at least it's not that yet for me.
I think it's simply going to be one of those games that's based off the community. And right now, while there's not that many people playing it, it's going to have a slow start. But if it ever like catches on and like a lot of people are playing it and we can all battle each other, then that's when it's going to take off.
Another question is, what's one thing in Pokemon Go that you wish wasn't?
Like, I wish that you didn't get XP for leveling up friendship. I know that sounds terrible, but I hate it because, like, it causes so many issues. Like, people get mad when you open a gift on them or something. Like I know there's too many people who are like, oh, they just ultraed me. I'm not talking to them anymore. Like,
right, yeah.
It's just stupid. And XP doesn't mean anything in Pokemon Go.
No, like once you hit 40, like it's pointless at that point. Like, I mean, it's cool. I guess like there are those people that are like, oh, I got this many, millions, or I'm this many overtimes over 40. It's like, cool, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Like I wish that with friendship in Pokemon Go that you would just increase your friendship level and you got more perks, like being able to battle them, or you got the ball bonus or whatever. But like get rid of the XP, because people are just getting friendship just for XP, but that's like defeating the whole point of making a friend.
Or like you'll get like, I know I have some people that like I'm friends with, and they won't open your gift for like Ultra or Best Friend because they want to set up like 20 or 30 people at Ultra or Best Friend at the same time. So you gotta like wait forever for them. It's like, just open it, please. Like, so yeah, I could get that. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if there's anything that I wouldn't want in the game, I guess, or like I wish wasn't in there.
I wish some of the stuff in the shop wasn't so expensive, but that's a minor. I guess everyone kind of has that complaint. I mean, we all wish it would be free eventually, but some of it's like, I don't know, like some of the adventure boxes are way too expensive, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. There's really nothing for me that I wouldn't want in the game, I guess, that's in the game.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
They'll be happy to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be it.
Yeah. Is that
cool?
I don't think we have anyone else. So.
All right. So we're ending the show here. So thank you for everybody who's been in the chat. That hopped on. If you're new to Static Rift, thank you for being on the show. So thank you for joining us here in the chat. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Thank you. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I do this all the time. At Static Rift Radio, it's the same as the YouTube. We post a new show. We go live every Tuesday, 7 to 9. Well, tonight a little later. And we stream every Thursday at Twitch at Static Rift Radio as well. So we stream certain games sometimes indie games, sometimes just Smash or other games, but every Thursday night for the most part. Sometimes Friday if there's something crazy happening on Thursday. But we stream. So hopefully you guys, some of you, will join us then too. And Holly, thank you for being on the show. You are amazing. You are the best.
Thank you guys.
Sometimes like when you meet people that you're a fan of, or you really like enjoy their work, and then you meet them and they're not as cool, or but you definitely everything is described. You're amazing. You're awesome. You're so nice. So
Thank you guys. Well, it was a
it's
pleasure to be on the show. Thank you guys so much for having me. I feel like we got to talk about a lot of cool stuff happening right now.
Yeah.
So it shows there's a lot going on in Pokemon Go.
yeah, and it was cool because usually sometimes when we have a guest on, it goes either one or two ways. It's either they come on and they feel like we're like friends, and it's just like we're us just hanging out and talking, and then or it becomes like just an interview where it's just like question answer. And tonight it felt like you were just like a normal host, like you were just guest hosting on the show with us this week. So that was really cool.
We were just hanging out.
Yeah,
talking about Pokemon.
And I love that. And that's the best. So if you ever want to come back on the show, we'd love to have you back at some point. Maybe we'll have you come on as just like a guest host, and we'll just talk about everything, whatever. But we'd
Sounds
love
like
to
fun.
definitely have you back because you're awesome. And
Thank you guys.
if you are normally Static Rift fans, and you don't really know Holly, go check out her videos. She is the best. She gives the best Pokemon news, the best Pokemon raid videos, stuff like that. I saw you put out that little poll for people about Community Day.
Yeah.
So you were like trying to get that advice or whatever. I tend to, certain, like for you, I'll watch your videos, and Nick, I watch his and stuff. But I think that from what experience that I'm getting is more people like seeing the after effects, like you grinded and you did this and what you did and everything. But you do you should do whatever makes you happy, because you're great as it is, and don't let anybody tell you that you're not. So
Thanks. I think that my channel is going to have some changes in this upcoming year. I might not live stream on that channel anymore, because I've noticed, I think my live streams, because it's so different from the videos, it tanks the algorithm.
Okay.
So I think I need to do some changes, but we'll see what happens for the future of my channel.
Yeah, I think your presentation, I think your personality, I think you're doing everything right. Your videos are awesome. You're one of the best on YouTube for sure. So
Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it.
So, if you can stay on the line, because we're about to end the show, so you can do like a drop for us or whatever. But all right, Rifters and anybody new to Static Rift, thank you for listening. You can find us here on the Go Network, same static place, same static time. I love you all. Good night.